Ooh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw. Ooh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw. Shimmy, shimmy, y'all, shimmy, yam, shimmy, yeah. Give me the mic so I can take her away. Off on the natural charge, bon voyage. Yeah, from the home of the Dodger Brooklyn squad. Wu-Tang Killer, bees on the swarm. Rain on your college ass disco dorm. For you to even touch my skill, you gotta go to one killer bee, and he ain't gonna kill now. Chop that down, pass it all around. Lyrics get hard, quick cement to the ground. For any MC in any 52 states, I get psycho. Killer Norman Bates, my producer slam. My flow is like bam, jump on stage, and then I did that. Ooh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw. Ooh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw. Baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw.
That they use this as a tool to say, oh, it's disrespect to the country. You know, kneeling during the national anthem. This is a disrespect to the military, the flag, and all that sort. When people who do these protests clearly state that they're doing it to protest stuff like this, rallies and police brutality. Colin Kaepernick, we know about that situation and him being blackballed in the NFL. Mm-hmm. So my thing is, what should we say to those people? Like, what goes in your mind? How do you feel about people just using it as a tool to say, all right, it's disrespecting the country? When on all the actuality, the national anthem, you know, it was racism in it.
Yeah, I want to first take it back, like, history-wise. I know a lot of us, you know, we probably do or don't know about history, but, like, don't, like, officially quote me, but I forgot after which war. I think it was a Civil War, and basically, black men was going to war for this country with no type of weapon, no type of armor. It was just them going out there in the war, like, going out there in war. So it's just like, y'all didn't even respect us back then. So why should we still sit here and respect the flag now when the flag didn't even respect us? When we came home, it was like nothing. Like, they didn't even give us the respect that we needed even after the war. So it's just like, what do you mean, like, oh, we disrespecting the flag? Like, the flag didn't respect our people when they got out of war.
Preach.
What was the benefits at that time? And then we fast forward a couple of 100 years later, and it's still the same thing, but just a different circumstance. Like, now we're not even going through physical slavery. We're going through mental slavery and psychological slavery. So it's just like, why should we sit here and still respect something when we're not getting the same respect back? It goes back to the same. You got to give respect to get it.
Ladies and gentlemen, class is now in session.
Mommy, can I please watch the Real Leel show, please?
Every day, there are news going on in sports and pop culture, and I give my takes on them. Yes, sir. We are live. Mic check, 1202. Let's get this money. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live for another episode of the Real Leel Show, where I will give my unique takes on the latest news in sports and pop culture. In this episode, there's a lot to get into today. I will be discussing the AB trade to the black hole. I will be discussing and giving my predictions for the Mikey Garcia versus Errol Spence Jr. fight this Saturday at the Cowboys Stadium in Jerry's World. I will also, ladies and gentlemen, have my Real Leel freestyle session that I have every 2 weeks, every 2 episodes. And, you know, we got a lot to get into. Some pop culture at the bottom half of the show. We're going to have a long show today. You know what I'm saying? Probably durations, probably 2 hours and a half. Probably all the way to 10:30, possibly more. You know how I do. Y'all know how I rock. We're going into some pop culture. We got this Leaving Neverland documentary. Some people believe in it. Some people don't. Some people think it's false. You know, people think they're out to get somebody that's already dead, or it may be true. Just another day in America. Who knows? The request line is 607-753-4819. Once again, 607-753-4819. Call up. Let me know how you feel, how you keep it real with Real Leel. My dad will also be calling up the show for your calling. The last time I had my dad physically on the show did numbers. That was that famous Life Father, Life Son episode, and that's one of my successful episodes to date. So I'm gonna have my father. Unfortunately, he can't physically be here, but he can call here. So we're gonna get him on the phone in the next couple of minutes, and it's time to start with breaking news. So let me cue this music right now. Gonna get right into it. So ladies and gentlemen, breaking news. There's a lot of free agency moves going on right now in the NFL. And, you know, it's all spiraling out of control. It started with the AB trade, which I'm going to get into in a few minutes. But then you had all these other, you know, haymakers that came out of nowhere. You had Landon Collins, who was unexpectedly released by the Giants, you know, for whatever reason. You know, he had his successful Pro Bowl years when he went to the Pro Bowl 3 straight years. But significantly, his play dropped last year because of injuries. He signed a 6-year, $84 million deal. My brother, spare me a 20, please. Then you also got Deshaun Jackson, who will be back in the city of brotherly love, ladies and gentlemen. Deshaun Jackson will be traded from the Bucs to Philly. You know, Deshaun Jackson never really fit on the Bucs. To be honest with you, him and Jameis Winston really don't have it going together. It's bad chemistry between them. Obviously, when Fitzpatrick was there, you know, Deshaun Jackson was able to come out and have a coming out party. But obviously, the future of the franchise is Jameis Winston, even though Jameis Winston, to me, is, you know, just above garbage, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not really impressed with Jameis Winston. I think he's a bust. I think he has a lot of work to do this offseason. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You know, you can improve. So hopefully he improve as a quarterback. But other than that, Deshaun Jackson will be back in Philly. And we all know those years that Deshaun Jackson was in Philly. All right? You got more memories to come. Next, you also have Trent Brown signing a 4-year, $66 million deal with the Oakland Raiders. The Oakland Raiders is making big moves as of late. They've been in the news as of late, and John Gruden isn't a fool as of late. All right, next up, we have Trey Flowers, who signs with the Lions, ending a successful season with the Patriots. You know, as a Patriot fan, you know, you want to see Trey Flowers, you know, be brought back on the team because he was very pivotal on that defense. And the Lions is getting a nice young talent, ladies and gentlemen. The Lions are. You know what I'm saying? The Patriots signed Michael Bennett over the weekend. Good player to put a plug on your defense. Lots of experience. You know, Marty B, the other Marty B, Martellus Bennett, rather, he might be signed with the Patriots so he can play with his brother, tight end. And plus, we don't know if Gronkowski want to retire, if he want to play football, if he want to be in Hollywood, if he want to party. We don't know the answers right now. So, hey, I won't be surprised if the brother, Michael Bennett's brother, be signed with the Patriots on a short 1-year deal, possibly in the future. Next up, we have the Chiefs. News broke of like around 45 minutes ago that they signed the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, to a 3-year, $42 million deal. You know, the Honey Bear, he's very athletic. And, you know, the Chiefs, a struggling defense like they had last year, an abysmal defense, a defense that couldn't stop a fly. It was terrible. This is the guy that, you know, you want to get on your team and you want to improve your defense. Obviously, I don't think he's going to make a big, tremendous impact, but he will make an impact. And then at the end of the day, you got to start from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? The saying is you got to start from scratch. Well, scratch that. You got to start from scratch, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, moving on, the thing that I really want to focus on in depth, you know, with regards to these trades or free agency moves is Antonio Brown, AB. Ladies and gentlemen, this brother hustled his way to the Raiders. I mean, flat out hustled his way over there. All right, he gets traded to the Raiders for a 3rd and 5th round pick. So my reactions when I hear this, I mean, my gosh, this is the best wide receiver in the game. All right, the best wide receiver in the game. And you basically, you know, if you're a Steelers fan, you have to be upset. You have to be literally upset. I have an uncle named Uncle Joe. Shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? He's a big Steelers fan. And I got to call him. I got to call the brother, you know, to find out what he thinks about this. Because I'm pretty sure Uncle Joe got a lot to say. Because I don't know what the hell you trading, or why the hell you trading your best wide receiver for a 3rd and 5th round pick. Are you serious? When the Raiders had 3 picks in the 1st round? You literally traded him away from some nuts that you get down in Manhattan, them dollar nuts. That's basically what you trade this wide receiver for. I mean, come on. Come on. I mean, that's ridiculous. All right? I know y'all Central New Yorkers, y'all got your hopes up a little bit when the news broke that, he was possibly getting traded to the Bills that Saturday night or whatever, and then it was called fake news. I know y'all had y'all hopes up, y'all Bills Mafia fans out there. Let me know how y'all feel about that, almost having AB. But, that was fake news, and this is real news. He will be playing in the black hole with Derek Carr and them boys over there in Oakland. Now, to get more in depth in this, Antonio Brown, the simple. He pulled out an NBA move. All right? You normally see this in the NBA where guys want to take control of their own future. They want to take control of their own destiny. You see it time and time again. AD wanted to do that. Kawhi wanted to do that and actually doing it. Kyrie wanted to do it and actually doing it. You see it countless times. Paul George, PG-13 doing it. And now Antonio Brown pulled that move in the NFL. He said, you know what? Let me see how it works in the NFL. And, he did it. He did it. He's a diva. We all know he's a diva. And the Raiders, sometimes you get desperate. Desperate people make desperate moves. The Raiders was desperate. They had John Gruden, like I said on my last show in the huddle, Thursday 6 to 8. I said with Kenny C, I said, like how Jesus turned things to wine, water to wine. Everything Jesus touched turned to gold. Everything John Gruden has put his hands on was an ultimate disaster. All right? Literally. So, trading away Amari Cooper, Khalil Mack, those are stuff that, it's hard to rebuild and get that type of production back. But signing AB, finally, it's about time. The brother finally did something right. The Raiders finally did something right. So they got Antonio Brown. All right, great fan base in Oakland, one of the best fan bases in the NFL. Oakland, that is. They will be moving to Vegas in 2020. The market's going to be nice. Brand new start for Antonio Brown. Derek Carr ain't going to be calling players out like Big Ben always do. Big Ben come to the center of the press conference, calls out his teammates, this and that. You don't got to worry about that. Derek Carr is not that type of guy. He would not be calling out Antonio Brown. All right? Expect that connection to be on point right there. Derek Carr, he had a struggling season last year, but a couple years ago, he was in the MVP candidate. He was an MVP candidate. He has a strong arm. I believe that one-on-one connection is going to go well. All right? And that's just what it is. So, basically, when Antonio Brown was on the Steelers, he didn't have any guaranteed money on his deal. All right? And now, being traded to the Raiders, you can add $30 million guaranteed to that deal. A little sweet deal. Let me get a little sugar in my iced tea, because this iced tea ain't sweet enough for me. That's exactly what it was with Antonio Brown. The iced tea wasn't sweet enough. So guess what? He added a little sugar on it. All right? And he may be the most diva person in the NFL that I know of. He may be. But he damn sure made a smart move. Call it diva or not, that was a smart move that he did. All right? And the Raiders, like I said earlier, they also signed Trent Brown, $66 million for years, and becomes the highest paid offensive lineman in the game now. So the Raiders are starting to make moves. There's talks that they possibly trying to get Le'Veon Bell, trying to have a Steelers West type of team. And from what I heard earlier, I don't know if that might be financially possible because, yeah, they do have, cap space, but they reportedly have cash flow issues. Despite that cap space, that can possibly keep them from signing these free agents. So we'll see. But if they can get Le'Veon Bell, maybe they do so. Me, I'm not the biggest fan of Le'Veon Bell as of late because you got to realize this brother has been out of action for 2 straight years. 2 straight years, this brother has been out of action. All right, this brother's eating hamburgers from McDonald's or whatever the hell he's eating hamburgers from. He's gaining weight. All right. He's making videos and you see a bunch of stacks of weed or whatever it is in the background and you expect me to break the bank with this cat? Please. All right? Please. I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even the most financial literate person in this world. You know what I'm saying? I save my money here and there. You know what I'm saying? I do my thing. But there's a lot of business people that make smarter, that actually in the business, that possibly can make smarter business decisions. And that's just not a business decision I will make. Because at the end of the day, you realize this brother has missed 2 full seasons of playing in the NFL. Now, what you could say, the rebuttal that is, well, Real Leel, what are you talking about? Yeah, he missed 2 seasons. That means fresh legs. All right, we'll see. We'll have to see. It's up to It's up to Le'Veon Bell to put in the work if he gets drafted by one of these teams. I mean, if he gets picked up by one of these teams. So we'll see. We'll see. But the Raiders is out here making moves. They got Antonio Brown. Obviously, like I said, the Steelers. I mean, they lost this. They lost this one. They really did. I mean, you cannot replace that type of production. I know they got Juju McSchuster and all them cats, but you still, I mean, AB, the way how he can impact a game, he's automatically going to make an impact on the Raiders because he will be able to stretch the football field. He will be able to make all different types of plays. Intermediate in the passing game, intermediate, all that. Get the ball in his hands. He's a playmaker. And the Raiders, they got themselves a good wide receiver to go along with Derek Carr. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You got to keep the call rolling. 607-753-4819 is the request line. And before I go on this commercial break, I wanted to get into some basketball a little bit because we're moving pretty fast today because we're going to have a pretty long show. So I got to move on. So the Lakers, ladies and gentlemen, the Lakers, we all know about their struggles, in the league right now. Obviously, a lot of us predicted them to go to the playoffs. But obviously, in the next couple of months, they will be at home watching the playoffs instead of playing in it. And there's a lot of reasons for that. There's a lot. And I'm going to dive into those reasons. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of them. First of all, it all starts with leadership, ladies and gentlemen. Players must lead by example. For the last couple of radio shows that I have been doing, I couldn't stress it enough. These veteran players with lots of experience has not been leaders. And you must lead by an example if you want cats to follow in your footsteps or to follow you. And LeBron James has done a terrible job of doing that this year. All right? And like I said, LeBron James, we all know, is top 2 best players in the NBA, in the world. But at the end of the day, criticism got to come where criticism is due. He has failed to lead by example all year. All right? You have the guy, I'll go into a list of things. But most recently, he wanted the ball in the play, and his teammate obviously passed it to somebody else. He don't want to shake his hand. Get away from me. I mean, come on. That's childish right there. That's literally childish. That's something you probably do in your local park in East New York somewhere. Come on. That's childish right there. All right? He's not even playing defense, and he's expecting his guys to play defense. You got to play it too. Everything that you want your guys to do, you got to do also at the end of the day. What are you, King Tut? I mean, come on. It's just unbelievable. Then you had all these AD trade rumors, and I still maintain that's where it all went wrong for the Lakers. Talking about AD, that's something you put on the hush-hush, all right? But it wasn't put in a hush-hush. And now you got players that want to get on the bus and get the hell out of there. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what it is. Now all of a sudden, players is injured. All right, they don't want to play. They don't want to play with LeBron James. Guys do not want to play with LeBron James because of that mentality of, just being a bad teammate at times. At times. As much we can sit here and look at his past and be like, all right, he was a walking ticket to the finals. Let's look at everything else that come with it. Guys not wanting to play with him. Coaches getting fired. Coaches having nightmares. Can't even sleep at night. Well, there's a lot of things that come with that. Ladies and gentlemen, in all aspects of life, all right, with the good comes the bad. All right? There's no such thing as a perfect, world. All right? Obviously, there's always going to be deficiencies. Or obviously, people's always going to disagree. Every good comes with the bad. And that's just what it is. LeBron James is a player, and I'm going to say this on the airwaves, that he brings a lot of good to the team, but he also brings the bad. And you just got to weigh it out and see, which way do you want to go. So there's a lot of rumors now. All right, we heard it first on primetime when the Lakers played the Celtics of Jeff Van Gundy saying possibly, why not trade LeBron James? Which obviously may seem far-fetched. And to be honest with you, it quite is. Because, I mean, come on, it's LeBron James, all right? We're not going to sit here and trade LeBron James. However, if I'm the Lakers, and the way how we are struggling, you losing 5 straight games, not making the playoffs, obviously they're not going to make the playoffs. I'm considering trading everybody. I'm considering trading the daggone franchise. I mean, it's just what it is. It's just what it is. Business is business. So I'm not saying I will trade LeBron James, but I'll entertain it. You know, because who knows? Who knows? You may not get a free agent to come over there. Obviously, the only hope you really possibly have is maybe a DeMarcus Cousins, who obviously we all know is going to be off the Warriors after this year. Maybe you get DeMarcus Cousins, all right? Maybe you get the big man. It's not guaranteed. It's not set in stone, but it's possible. Maybe you get a Klay Thompson. But if the Warriors offer Klay Thompson that max deal, he ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. So, basically, you depending on the Warriors not giving him that max to see if you can get Klay Thompson. All right, what about AD? Well, you know, AD still got 2 years left for his contract. He's going to get traded this year. Might get traded to Boston, the likelihood. That's possibly where he's going to go. And what if he gets traded to Boston and he ends up liking Boston? Is he still going to go to LA when he becomes a free agent? So, what the Lakers was trying to do when they got LeBron James was, listen, okay, we got LeBron James via free agency, all right? LeBron James is here. We have young players. LeBron James is here so we can draw other free agents to want to come play with LeBron James in LA, in Hollywood, Staples Center, second best market in the league, Magic Johnson, all right? There's fans, the artists that come to the game, all that, all right? You have all that right here. And guess what? You may catch you a movie deal. You might be the next Will Smith in the future. All that. And it just hasn't worked out that way. And it's possible a free agent don't want to go. Because there's already a lot of free agents that don't want to go to the Lakers. They look at the Clippers as the better free agency destination. So what do you do then? You're going to pair a guy that still has a lot in the tank, but all of a sudden he's getting injured now? We never seen that before. This season right now, this is the longest stretch I've seen LeBron James out with that groin injury that he had that I've seen in his career. So he's older now. He's halfway out. I won't say halfway out the door. He got a couple more years left. But the bottom line is he's older. Father time don't wait on no man. No man can outshine Father time unless you per se Father time. So what are you going to do? You have LeBron James and a bunch of young players. LeBron James is not leading by example. What are you going to do as the Lakers if you don't get that free agent? So, you know, as far-fetched as it might seem, as wrong as it might sound, a player as LeBron James caliber, we trade him. I'm just saying you got to entertain it. You have to entertain it. 607-753-4819. Once again, 607-753-4819. We'll be back in the next few minutes, and we should have the call in soon. And don't go nowhere. You tune into the Real Leel Show.
The greatest of all time, the GOAT, is Michael Jordan. He's the greatest that ever string up a pair of sneakers. You know what I'm saying? He got the championship 6 for 6. You know, the scoring. I mean, everything. I mean, LeBron James is the best in this era, but if you pass gas in this era, it's a foul. All right? When Jordan and the rest of those cats was playing, all right, they was getting knocked out the air. They was getting hand checked. All right? This guy could just fly through the air now, and you can't even touch the guy. You know what I'm saying? That's the era we live in. I'm not knocking that. But please, because you beat a 73-win team.
Who were banged up, by the way.
Okay, who was banged up, and who David Stearns gave you a stimulus package for suspending Green before Game 5. You would have lost that series in 5. Okay? It wouldn't have went to Game 5. It wouldn't have went to Game 6, and you wouldn't have.
So we here on the 90.5 Airways on the Real Leel Show. So I want to get your thoughts on Antonio Brown becoming an Oakland Raider. I mean, I think I pretty much predicted it. We seen it coming. The Raiders had 3 first-round picks, but they didn't even use the picks. They got him from a 3rd and a 5th-round pick. What are your thoughts on the Steelers in the AB trade?
Well, the Steelers messed up. You know what I'm saying? They got robbed. You know what I'm saying? They got robbed with no gun. You know what I'm saying?
one of the top two receivers could be the best in the NFL, and you don't even get a number one, so you gave him away for nothing, and it was a steal. John Gruden and them, they made a steal on this deal. They still keep their number one draft picks. Only gave up a 3 and a 5 for one of the best receivers in the game. They laughing all the way to the bank. In my opinion, Pittsburgh should have waited. They didn't have to do nothing. They could have waited up to draft day, and got a better offer. But they panicked, and they took a loss. So AB came out better. He got his money. He's the highest paid receiver in the game now. And he got guaranteed money, and he won. Oakland Raiders won that hands down. Without a doubt, they got the best of the deal.
And I think AB. I mean, you gotta look at it. He pulled the NBA move. Dictating his future. That's something you see in the NBA. Guys like Kawhi Leonard and a couple other dudes, Paul George. They did the same thing, and you normally see it in the NBA. So for him to do it in football, do you think that will ever become a trend? We all know about the CBA, and that kind of mitigates that. But do you see it becoming a trend? Players, doing Le'Veon Bell?
It might. I mean, they look and they saw the way AB did it. So now, other players might try it because they don't have no leverage. With the owners, they got everything on lock. But now AB's showing the blueprint. What you have to do. Just, talk your way out of town. Be disgruntled. Go on social media. And call the team bluff. And it worked. So it might be a trend. But I believe that the owners, it's going to be, in 2020, I think it's going to be a work stoppage, because the owners ain't having it, they stronger than the owners in the NBA, and they're not going to let these cats do what they want to do and force away like that, so I believe that when the contract is up in 2020, it's going to be some changes, so prevent teams from doing that. For players to do that, But Bell, he sat out the year, in the contract. He didn't sign. He sacrificed the whole year, and we just want to see if that's going to pay off, if he made the right decision, if he can get more than $14 million that Pittsburgh was offering with a franchise tag. So now we're going to see if he get blessed. If he get the money that he wants, then it's definitely going to be a trend.
Once again, if y'all now tune into the Real Leel Show, this is my dad on the call lines, and we all discussing Antonio Brown move to the Raiders. Let me ask you another question. So now the Raiders got Antonio Brown. They got him unlocked. Now they also made a move for Trent Brown, $66 million, 4-year $1 million deal. Do the Raiders go after Le'Veon Bell? Should they go after Le'Veon Bell?
Why not? That'll be the cherry on the frosty if they do that. If they do that, and then it'll be a steal. But they got to come through on these draft picks. All this well and good. AB, they got the offensive line help. This guy's the truth. This guy was Brady's, right hand man. On his blind side. But New England don't pay nobody. They work. So we expected that they wasn't going to sign him. That's how New England do. But they got a good player, Oakland. But all that said, you got to come through with these draft picks. You got 3 number ones, and you got to come through. If you come through with, no draft picks, then you can say the Raiders is back. They set up for a long time, going to Vegas. But if they blow these draft picks and don't do the right thing and get the right guys, then all this going to be all for nothing. Because, Carr is all right, but listen, he ain't no top 5 quarterback. He had potential, but, so, he got to get the ball to Brown, and they got to see this through. But Bell will help out a lot. If you get Bell in the backfield, oh my God, it's going to be awesome because now you can't mess that up. All you got to do is give the ball to Bell. You can pass him the ball, and it will take the pressure off Carr. without question. You know, if they make a move like that, they might as well go for it now. I mean, you playing with house money now. You know, you got the best wide receiver. You didn't give up nothing, so you know you still got cash. You know, if you pull Bell, you know, which they good teammates, because look, they closed it when Pittsburgh was dissing Bell for not coming in camp and not playing with them. All right, Brown was defending them. You know what I mean? So they good teammates, you know what I'm saying? When they was laughing in his locker room and going in his locker, taking his sneakers and all that, all right, he wasn't with that. So they have a good rapport, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's not on the phone right now trying to tell Bell, yo, come through, you know what I mean? We could really do something. So it wouldn't surprise me if they make a move like that.
All right, so with the way how the salary cap is set up, obviously the Jets, they could offer him the most money. But if you're the Raiders, if you any team in the NFL, knowing that Le'Veon Bell has missed 2 straight NFL football seasons, knowing that he's gaining a lot of weight, knowing that, you know, he's over there posting videos with, you know, weed and all that stuff in the background, do you feel confident enough to give this guy some money to play for your organization?
Yeah, first of all, you know, he only missed last year. He didn't miss 2 years. He missed last year. He sat out, you know, for a contract dispute. I mean, Bell is the truth. You know, he's one of the best running backs, if not the best running back. You know, you got Barkley now. You know, you got Ezekiel Elliott. You got the kid out in Los Angeles. You know, Gurley. You know, who's nice. Bell is right there. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I would have no hesitation of giving him his money. You know, he won over $14 million. You know, so if you could get him for 16, 17, the Jets can give him that. You know what I mean? But you know, it's up to Bell. You know, there's the Colts is in it too. You know, Colts could give him some money. So it depends on what Bell want to do. You know, he really got a chance to go to whoever. I mean, whoever. You know, he's the best running back on the market. You know, so. You know, he's worth. I would do it in a heartbeat. You know, I would do it in a heartbeat. You know, he took a year off, so it's not like he got mileage on his legs because he got a year off. He should be fresh, and he's gonna be coming in with something to prove. He sat out all year. You know what I mean? So he's gonna come with a vengeance this year. Whoever.
So, let's say the Raiders snag Le'Veon Bell, and now you have, you know, Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell. You have Trent Brown. And let's say they make use of the 3 picks that they have in the first round, which I believe is the number 4 pick, the number 23 pick, and the number 27 pick. Will that be enough for you to bring out your Raiders jacket that you got in the closet?
Well, they got to fix the defense. If they fix the defense, then we be in business. We could challenge in the West. You know what I mean? If they get Bell and they fix the defense and they replace Khalil Mack, you know what I mean? Let's say that dude from Kentucky, the outside linebacker, I think his name is Allen, or that kid from Alabama, the nose tackle, you know, Williams. If we could fix the defense, you know, which they need help in, you know, in all 3 phases, you know, the back end, you know, the linebackers and on the line. If we fix that, we can make the playoffs without question next year. Well, you know, for the division. You know, but like I said, everything got to click. You know, you got to get the right draft picks. You know, Gruden is a good coach. You know, don't get it twisted. Last year he had a bad year. You know,
terrible year.
Listen, you can't talk about Gruden now because he made a robbery. You know, nobody talking about, oh, you traded Camille Black. You know, you traded Cooper. Nobody talking like that now because he got the best wide receiver in the game now, who was better than Cooper. He got him on his team. And you still got 3 draft picks, you know what I mean? And you got a stud on the offensive line. So nobody talking about, you know, he don't know what he's doing now, you know. But like I said, he got to finish the deal. You got to close it out. He got to hit on all these draft picks. If he do that, you know, he might get coach of the year next year.
I want to know, shifting to the NBA real quick, I want to know your thoughts on the Lakers' struggles, number one. And, you know, we're hearing a lot of rumors now of, you know, should the Lakers trade LeBron James? What are your thoughts on the Lakers' struggles as a whole this season? And did they perform under your expectations so far?
Oh, they definitely did. But, you know, you have nobody to blame but LeBron James himself. I mean, he was a bad teammate. He always been a bad teammate. You know what I mean? And he doesn't show the right leadership, as far as on the court. We know he's great. We know but he doesn't lead by example. You know what I mean? And when he publicly said, that he wanted Anthony Davis, and he had all those dudes on the block, that fractured the locker room. You know what I mean? And that tore the team apart. You know what I'm saying? None of these cats want to play with him. You know what I mean? They can't wait to the season to be over, because nobody want to play with LeBron James. That's why all these big free agents, the only one said that he want to come to Los Angeles and play is Anthony Davis. The rest of those cats, they don't want to play with LeBron. Durant don't want to play with him. Kawhi Leonard didn't want to play with him. George had a chance to go, and play with him. You know what I mean? Nobody want to play with this dude, because this dude is like they said, toxic. Say around him. You know what I mean? There's no way in the world you can get on the court, and point fingers and show your guys up, that they didn't do. But when you do something, nobody can say nothing about you. You know what I mean? You're not playing defense. So how you going to tell me to play defense if you're not playing defense? You know what I'm saying? You got to show with example. That's why you never be Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan never did that. He did that by example. He was accountable first himself. So when he said something to you, you respected that because he does it. He plays D. He hustled. You know what I mean? And this guy, it was a bad fit. Magic Johnson, was a bad fit for the jump. You know what I mean? They thought that this dude, I thought that they would at least make the playoffs, because they won 35 games last year. I said LeBron is good for 10 games. At least they get 10 more, 45 in it. But once they made that move and went all in to try to get Anthony Davis, and they didn't get him, it was over. The locker room was done. You know what I'm saying? How you going to look somebody in the face and you try to get me traded, and we supposed to be cool? You know what I mean? I can't look at you the same way. And then you always pointing fingers at me, talk about I did this and I did this, but nobody can say nothing to you. That's what LeBron James, he's always been like that. He couldn't do that in Miami because Pat Riley wasn't having it. He tried to move on the coach in Miami, and with that foolishness, Pat Riley shut him down. You know what I mean? He did that in Cleveland. Got all those dudes fired. That dude from Israel that was coaching, saying Black, whatever his name was, he got fired because LeBron didn't like him. He wanted his boy Lute in there. Same thing with Brown, the assistant for Golden State. You know what I mean? He ran him up out of there. LeBron is a coach killer, man. You know what I mean? He's a bad teammate. He's a great player. Don't get me wrong. He's a great player and all that, but he's a bad teammate. And he don't play with him no more. That's why after this summer, when the season's over, we'll see who comes to L.A. Nobody gonna go over there. Nobody want to play with them. They'd rather go to the Clippers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the other, his sidekick, who was new at being a general manager, they showed their inexperience by the way they went about the Anthony Davis deal. All that should have been done behind closed doors, not through the media, if he was going to do that. You know what I mean? But they made it public. It fractured the locker room. Now they got to do bring up the U-Haul truck at the end of the year. You know what I mean? To make changes.
It was a little shit, and it's crazy because the Lakers, when they got LeBron James, they clearly stated before the season started that this was going to be a 2-year process, and then all of a sudden they were supposed to win the championship, which I don't understand.
When they got all these talk show dudes, all of them was saying that they definitely gonna make the playoffs. Stephen A. was on saying that they're gonna go to the Western Final. The only team in the West that could beat them is Golden State. But they slept on the West. The West, all those teams got better. All those teams, they was loaded in the West. You know what I mean? So I thought that they might sneak in at the 8th or 7th seed if everything falls into place. At least that. But they didn't even do that. You know what I'm saying? The young players quit, you know what I mean, because they don't want to play with that dude. And LeBron just he's like, what the heck did I got myself into? You know what I mean? Instead of picking those guys up and showing them the way, he quit. All he want to do is make movies in Hollywood and all that. You know what I mean? Look at the guy on the sideline a couple of games ago, whatever it was, sipping wine. Are you serious?
Exactly, Rondo. Exactly. That's what I was saying in the NBA. I was saying in the huddle, my other show. I'm saying these veteran players, they gotta lead by example. I mean, they playing with young kids. You got Kyrie Irving coming out to the stadiums with an attitude. Prior to the game, calling out his teammates on Boston. You see how they was performing before they hit a little winning streak. Now is these veteran players that you would think will be leaders. They're not being leaders, and I think the young people are seeing that, and that's why they conglomerate as a team is not functioning.
Exactly. They had some. LA had some nice young players. Say Kuzma. Ingram before he got hurt, Ball before he got hurt. Understand what I'm saying? They did good last year. Understand what I'm saying? They did good last year. Understand what I'm saying? They won 36 games last year with that young crew. You know what I mean? And all they had to do is follow up on that, and LeBron, adding LeBron, it should have been a Wisconsin. But LeBron tried to take over, try to tell the guys how to play, like he's a coach and whatever. He took these guys' games and he messed it up. He wanted to hold the ball, he wanted to dribble the ball, he wanted to be the point guard. They should have let him go down in the block, let Alonzo, when he was in there, let him run the point. You play off that, you know what I mean? But they gave LeBron the ball, and he want to do what he want to do. He want to dribble, this, that, and he messed all these young guys flow up. It was a bad fit. It was a bad fit. It really was. They missed. So now they thinking, how can we get out of that? That's why the thing came up. Well, we should change around. LeBron James and just get a nice little package for LeBron. You know what I mean? Because he's not a good fit in LA. You got to change that whole team now, And the man is 37 years old. He's not getting any younger. So it was a bad fit, I was getting into, I knew it was going to be a process. I knew you didn't know nothing. You thought that you could just put on your Superman cape and you was going to lead them to the promised land in year one. Now when you messed up the program, now you want to backtrack. And now you want to say, oh, I knew it might be too, it was going to be, this year was going to be a wash. Got a lot of young players. You wasn't talking like that a couple months ago. A couple weeks ago you wasn't talking like that. Now when you see that it's over, now you're trying to cop a plea to the public and trying to repair your image. But it's causing you that the team, failed. He didn't back the coach. You understand what I'm saying? If you would have been the first one to back the coach and respect him, it would have helped. Because the other players would see that LeBron is buying into Luke Walken program, so let me buy in. But
it reminds me, basically what I'm thinking is LeBron James, knowing the caliber player that he is, when he went to LA, he automatically thought, because listen, I'm LeBron James, I'm the quote-unquote best player in the world, and it's LA, it's the Lakers, it's Hollywood. I'm automatically going to get a free agent to come over here, maybe not this year, but next year. And it reminds me of the movie Training Day with Denzel, when at the ending scene, when, he was surrounded by guys that he knew, and they turn on him. It's almost like that. Nobody want to play with him. Nobody want him to be the leader.
Exactly.
So that's exactly what happened. So now my thing is, the only hope the Lakers got of landing a marquee free agent, Klay Thompson, if the Warriors don't offer him the max deal, which I think they're going to offer him the max deal, they will be crazy not to offer him the max deal. Then if they do, Klay Thompson is off the books. Maybe DeMarcus Cousins, who knows? Because I think this will be his last year with the Warriors, and then it leaves you to AD. But AD going to get traded more than likely probably to the Celtics, because that's where the assets is. And when he gets to the Celtics, is he going to want to leave Boston in that market?
That's right. That's what happened to Paul George. They thought it was a done deal, that he's a hometown cat, and he wanted to play with the Lakers, which he did at one time. But when he got to Oklahoma City, you know what I mean, and he played with Russell Westbrook, and he saw that our team was flowing. He said, you know what? I'm good here. You know what I mean? And he saw what was going on with LeBron. I don't think I want to do that. So he chose to stay with Oklahoma City. You know what I mean? Everybody assumed that the reason why he couldn't get nobody to come to Cleveland because nobody wanted to go to Cleveland when we was in Cleveland. He couldn't get no free agents because I ain't going to Cleveland. I don't want to go to Cleveland. You know what I mean? But he figured it was automatic. I go to L.A., everybody like Hollywood, everybody like California, they'll come play with me. No, it's you, buddy. All right? They don't want to play with you. You know what I mean? And now he's starting to realize that. You know what I'm saying? It was the same thing with Kobe his last couple of years. A lot of free agents didn't want to go to play with the Lakers because Kobe was different. Kobe, you know, he's about winning. All right? He ain't about no movies. He ain't about this. If you come into the Lakers, you're going to work hard. You're going to play hard as like I play, and that's it. A lot of these cats, they don't want to do that. You know what I mean? They're not built like that. So that's why a lot of dudes didn't want to play with Kobe. At the end, he couldn't get a lot of big names to come to, you know, play with him because they said that Kobe wasn't having it. If you messed up, he's going to let you know. You know what I mean? But he led by example. LeBron is a different thing. You know, people don't want to play with him because he just not a lot. You know, he's not a good soldier. He's not a good teammate. You know what I mean? He's not a good teammate. When you call your teammates out with millions of people on TV, you know, thousands of people in the arena, and you pointing fingers at your teammate, yelling at them, pointing at them, it's not a good look. It's not a good look. And then when you don't do that, you know what I mean? And the guy said, hold up, you telling me to play D and hustle, you know what I'm saying? What are you doing? You know, that's when I lost respect for the guy. You know what I mean? That's why I lost respect for him. Like I said, he's a great ball player, whatever, but he'll never be a Jordan. You know what I mean? You know, I have no respect for people that call people out and they don't lead by example. You know what I'm saying? If you was playing, hustling all over and diving for loose balls and hustling, you know, then I can respect you if you point something out. You know what I mean? But people don't realize he's 37 years old. He can't go hard no more like that. You know, since man been playing since he was 15, 16, 17 years old, you know, playing in the Olympics, and man, he got a lot of tread on the wheels. He's starting to fall down. You know, I say that he's good. He got a year or two left, you know, and then he's going to fall off, in my opinion. You know what I mean? He's going to fall off. You know, people don't realize that. You know, people don't realize that, you know, Father Time is undefeated. You know?
Yeah.
Magic Johnson then realized that the man cannot do it alone. He needs some help. But who's going to come help him? You know, and be with the media every day, you know, the paparazzi, you know, that comes with being with LeBron James. Who want to deal with that? You know what I'm saying? Kawhi Leonard, he ain't doing, he ain't dealing with that. You know what I'm saying? He'll stay in Toronto. Or if he do go, he'll go to the Clippers. You know what I mean? You know, because it's low key. You know, but, you know, I don't see nothing changing. And, you know, I don't think next year they will get a big enough addition to help them go further. You know, next year it's going to be the same old, you know, unless LeBron changes attitude, you know, and changes, you know, his approach, you know.
So let's shift over to boxing a little bit, and you know, we both in agreement that LeBron James going to LA was a mistake, and we have to see if, you know, they can land that free agent, because right now it's not looking like that. Let's head over to boxing real quick. I want to know your thoughts on the Sean Porter win against you guys, because, you know, after the fight, I'm scrolling through the comments on YouTube. I'm looking up boxing, various boxing channels, and a lot of people seem to be split. The majority of the people thought Ugas won the fight. I watched the fight entirety the day after because I missed it live for the first couple of rounds. So I had to go back and rewatch the fight. And for what I got, I actually gave the fight to Porter. I thought Porter won 7 rounds to 5. What's your thoughts on the fight and who you thought won?
It was a close fight. You know, I thought Porter as the champ, you know, I thought he pulled it out, you know, about the same way you saw it, 7-5, you know. Would it have shocked me if they gave it to the kid? It wouldn't have shocked me, you know what I mean, because it was a close fight. But like I said, Porter, you know, he was aggressive throughout the fight. You know, even when he wasn't doing nothing, he was acting like he was doing something. He was coming in, you know, he was trying to do something. This guy, you know, he kept fainting, he kept profiling, he kept playing games, and you are the challenger. You know, so you don't have time for all that. You got to go get it. You got to go take this dude out. You trying to win the championship. You know, so you trying to be take the title. You can't be staring the dude down and faking bolo punches. He did too much of that. You know what I'm saying? You know, he did too much of that, and that might have rubbed the judges the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, you trying to win a title and you staring the guy down like you is out in the street. You know, all that look pretty, but it's not impressing the judges. You got to fight. You did too many fainting and all that, you know, but at the end of the day, even after he did all that, you know, the guy put up a challenge, you know what I mean? But I didn't think he did enough to take the title from the guy, you know what I mean? But I seen judges, you know, rob people all day long. So if they would have gave it to the kid, I wouldn't have scored because it was close. You know, it was kind of close. But I sided with the champion. I thought Porter did enough to keep his title. But, you know, and for this other guy didn't do enough to take the title, in my opinion. You know,
I think he was too busy showboating, especially like how you said, especially in the 6th round. You know, I was looking at the 6th round. I had to go back after I watched the fight. I had to go back again because I'm like, the 6th round. Who did I give the 6th round to? Because I was doing it round for round. I had Porter winning the first 2 rounds. I had Ugas winning the next 2 after that. And then, you know, the 6th round was kind of where I was stuck, so I skipped that round. So I had to come back to the 6th round. And when I came back to the 6th round, I had Ugas winning that round until he started doing that showboating a lot in that round. And then, you know, Porter was the more aggressive. Even if he wasn't landing the punches, the judges like when you're aggressive. That's what they like, whether you're hitting or not. So I looked at that round. I saw Porter being the more aggressive, and I gave Porter that round. I gave him that round, and, you know, and that's what Ugas' problem was, especially in the last round. And where, you know, those last 3 rounds is your go-get-it rounds, is your championship rounds. Instead of you showboating, you know, saying, come get me, you're the challenger. You're the one that's challenging. You got to get him.
Yeah, you can't waste your time showboating when you try to take a title. You know, you got to go get it. You know what I mean? And like I said, the referees, they look at that. Some referees like aggression. Some people like somebody's coming forward, not backing up. You know what I mean? And throwing punches, you know, even if you're not landing, they like somebody, they give you points for being aggressive. And I think that's what carried Porter. You know, he was aggressive throughout the fight. You know what I mean? And he didn't play no games. You know, he wasn't showboating. You know, this guy was playing to the crowd, throwing his hands up. You know, I mean, listen, you are the challenger. You can't do that. You know what I mean? You are the challenger. You act like you act like you was the champ. You know what I mean? You know, but like I said, you know, it was a good fight. But I'm looking forward to Saturday because you got a great fight coming up, Spence and Lucky.
And Garcia, yeah.
And that's going to be one of the best fights of the year, in my opinion, because Garcia is no joke. Spence is no joke. He's one of the top welterweights. I think he's up there, you know what I mean, at the top. To me, I think he's the top welterweight, you know.
I will agree on that.
He's the top welterweight, but this guy is no slouch. It's going to be his toughest fight. To me, it's going to be his toughest fight of his career. You know what I mean? I can't wait to see it because this guy is no joke. Garcia is the truth. You know what I mean? So it's going to be an excellent fight. You know, but because I think pound for pound, he's the best in the world. You know, in the welterweights. You know, but Garcia is going to give him a run. You know, it's going to be a good fight.
Garcia, he moved up in weight to take this fight, and a lot of cats was looking at this brother like he was crazy. But it's obviously something that Mikey Garcia sees that other cats probably like me can't see, that he can actually beat this guy because he's confident. You know, sometimes you get those boxers that know they're gonna lose. They there for the paycheck, but they know how to sell a fight. He looked like a guy that's confident.
Yeah, he's confident. He wanted this fight. He's been calling Spence out for a minute. You know what I mean? So, you know, he wanted this fight. I mean, he could have took the easy way out. You know what I mean? Moved up, you know, and fought a couple of bums or whatever. You know what I mean? But he wanted to fight the best, and he thinks that he can win this fight. I mean, he's not doing it for the payday. You know, he thinks he can win this fight. That's why he took this fight, and I respect that. You know what I mean? You know, sometimes you got to be challenged, and you know, so Spence better be on his game. You know what I mean? You know, because this guy is coming. It's going to be an excellent fight. This guy's a bull, you know. Fight. To Saturday.
Yeah.
Fights,
Word.
you know. And Porter said that he want the winner of this fight. You know what I mean? He want to unify the title. You know what I mean? So, you know, way is back. You know, welterweight division is stacked.
About Sean Porter, real quick. You know, you say that he want this fight, which he obviously do, and he will be in attendance at the Cowboys Stadium. He changed his fight style in that fight against Ugas. Yes, he was aggressive like he normally is, but he wasn't doing that pit bull fighting that this guy is known to do. That aggressive, ugly sometimes, but effective style of boxing where he comes at you like a football player. He changed a little bit in this fight. His father, I guess, wanted him to change the game plan. Do you think that same type of fighting that he did against Ugas will be Spence, or do he need to go back to what makes him effective and what makes him Sean Porter?
Nah, I thought it was a mistake him fighting like that. I mean, I don't know if he just changed up because he wanted to show the kid something different. That's why he did it. But he at his best when he's a bull. He at his best when he comes in, throwing from all angles like a football player, throwing, blitzing. He's at his best like that. That's the Sean Porter that is at his best. I don't know why this guy was trying to, outbox his kid. And this kid, had so many amateur fights. He was trying to outbox him. Only thing I could do say is, he tried a different strategy, trying to throw the guy off, but that almost cost him his title. You got to be you. You got to do what you do best, and he lucked out by getting the decision. But he needs the next fight, he need to go back to being Sean Porter.
I would say, this guy, the way how this guy Mikey is talking, I mean, this guy kind of reminds me of Bernie Sanders because, like, for example, right? Let's mix sports and politics. Bernie Sanders, he always said about, free tuition, free healthcare, free this, free that, which we know it was kind of almost impossible to do. But he's selling it to you. You actually believe that it could happen with Bernie Sanders, and that's like with Mikey. He's saying he's gonna beat Spence. He's confident, but we all know when it comes to Spence is a taller guy. He's a stronger guy. Probably has the IQ advantage. Mikey is fast. He's swift. He got the speed. But it's almost like a lot of us, we know kinda that Spence is the favorite to win this fight. But it's something about Mikey and his confidence that having a lot of people like, well, maybe he could get this upset.
Well, like I said, it's going to be a good fight. You made a good point. But I believe that Spence never fought nobody, to my knowledge, as skilled as this guy is going to fight, Saturday. This guy, to me, is going to be his toughest opponent. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes you need that. You need somebody, to push you, It's not going to be no cakewalk, This guy, is an excellent lightweight. But like I say, he's moving up, But, we'll see. I expect this guy to be coming on all cylinders. And for Spence to win, he's going to have to bring his A game to beat this kid, because this kid ain't going nowhere. He's going.
He has a home field. He has a home field advantage, even though there are a lot of Mexicans that do live in Texas, and we know how close Texas is to Mexico. But I still expect at least a 70-30 in favor of Spence or something like that, because he's from Texas.
Yeah, he's from Texas. I heard it's going to be 80,000, maybe 100,000. They sold this joint out. But like you said, the Mexicans travel. They're going to be there to support. But it's a home fight. It's going to be a lot of pressure on Spence. But he's up against a good guy. And we're going to see if he can get through this.
We know about the judges. We all know about El Chapo. Maybe he's going to influence the judges. We don't know. We don't know.
Listen, it's gonna be a good fight, but like I said, he better come to fight. This guy is no joke. He's very confident. He been calling this guy out of all the welterweights in the division. This guy's been calling him out the most. So he wanted this. Maybe he sees something. We'll see Saturday.
So now that we basically gave an analyst of the fight. Like I said, Mikey, to me, he got the speed advantage. Spence, obviously, is a taller, stronger guy. So with all that being said, with all this, months of of, coverage, press conference, face-offs, analytics, all that. Who you going with Saturday?
I'll probably go with Spence. Spence in a decision, a split decision. I think it's gonna be that close. I'm going with Spence in a split decision. Would it shock me if Garcia upset him? No, because Garcia is the truth. He's a real good fighter. So I'm going with Spence in a split decision. But would I be shocked if Garcia went? No, I wouldn't be shocked at all because Garcia is good. He's very good.
Yeah, I'm a roll with Spence too in a close decision. With a guy like Spence, even let's say if it was a close fight, and per se we gave the advantage at the end to Mikey. With them judges too. Obviously, Spence has a lot more to lose. I just feel like it's the safest bet to go with Errol Spence to win this Saturday.
Yeah. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be good. I don't expect nobody to get knocked out. I expect it to be an action-packed, going at it from the opening bell, but I don't think nobody's going to get knocked out. I think they're going to go toe-to-toe for 12 rounds. I really do.
Exactly. But I want to thank you for calling up. Everybody, this is my dad on the lines, The Real Leel Show. Obviously, definitely going to be glad to have you back on for, hopefully in the next episode or two, we'll get you back on.
Talk about, once the season, is picked, I'll give you my Final Four and all that. Once the field is set and I do my bracket, I'll let you know who's going to be, representing March Madness and, my Final Four. But we'll talk soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was my father on the line. Obviously, our famous episode back at home on S Street Media, Like Father, Like Son episode. That video has did a lot of views. Like I said, it's one of my most successful views. But we're going to be coming back from a quick commercial break. I'm going to play a song, and then we're going to have obviously, we're going to get to some pop culture topics. Can I Get Down? Craig Mack, once again, R.I.P. to the brother. This was, a day before the day he passed last year. So shout out to Craig Mack, man. You still doing it for the culture, even though you in the grave, my brother. Anyway, we're back on the Real Leel Show. My two regular guests on this show. We out here today. Jen, Melanie.
Yo.
What it do?
Hey.
We are out here. So let me start by asking y'all, how is y'all day going? How is this time of the year treating y'all? What's going on?
You want to go first?
Yeah, I go first. How's my day going? My day is going good. Can't complain. So far in the semester, it's going all right. Just trying to strive out here, trying to get these A's in these classes. But other than that, everything's cool. So.
Nah, today somebody reminded me that I had 72 more days left till graduation. It hit me. I was like, oh, I'm about to leave. And I feel like I just got here, and all my friends, my senior friends, when I was a freshman, they were telling me, yo, it goes by fast. And I'm like, alright, I'm only a freshman. There's no way I'm graduating now. 72 more days left.
Wow.
It hit me. And I was just like, oh, now I gotta, have fun in, 72 more days. And it's like, oh my God. It was scary. But I had a good day, though, overall. I got everything done. I'm on my internship right now. I don't have classes. So, I just be chilling. So, but, I still get stuff done. I'm still part of club. So, I'm still active. Yeah. But it was a good day. Great day.
That's what's up. 72 days left. Wow, I'll be over here doing the nay in the street, man. I'm not even gonna hold you.
Nah, it's sad. It's sad because it's just wait, after this is life, kind of. You're not gonna be around the same people you were with, my housemates, my friends. I'm not seeing them.
Yeah, everything basically changes.
Yeah, my whole life literally changes, after I graduate.
Yeah.
Facts. You're gonna start making income, gonna have a house,
yeah,
all that
that's,
going on,
that's
job.
The goal. That's the goal.
Facts.
Yeah.
That's good. So we out here. Once again, the Real Leel Show. Those y'all watching on the stream, WSUCFM.com, 90.5 FM, YouTube, Real Leel. Instagram live. We about to get live, and it's time to get into some pop culture topics like we normally do at this part of the show. We got a long show for y'all. Right now, we hour and a half, well, almost 2 hours into the show. Talked about a lot of sports earlier, had a freestyle, and now it's time for pop culture. So, with all things, we're gonna start with the latest news, the hottest news, the most controversial news, whatever is at the top. And at the top right now, along with the R.Kelly situation, which we're going to get into later, his interview with Gayle King and how that panned out. What's
The memes, sorry.
We
I just
gotta-
thought about the memes.
we got to talk about MJ. I mean,
Yeah.
the king of pop. And it seems like right now is nonstop with these allegations and stuff that's going on. I mean, he had a documentary released on HBO called Leaving Neverland. And,
Wait, what was the situation with Oprah? What did Oprah do?
all right, so we're gonna get into Oprah
All right,
too.
yeah,
We
yeah.
definitely gonna touch on Oprah because I got a lot to say about Oprah too.
Yeah, everyone is like mad
You
at
know
her.
what I'm saying?
And I'm like,
I'm
wait,
gonna
what
tell you
happened?
why. I'm gonna tell you why in a second. But first of all right, you got these allegations.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that split on it. There's some people that say like, all right, listen, Michael Jackson didn't do that. It's a plan to destroy his image, even though he's already in the grave. There's some people that may believe it, but it's like, what's the point? I mean, the brother's dead. He can't moonwalk and defend himself, in a courtroom or whatever. And there's some people that say he did it. This is another allegation. This is another true allegation about, the issue that goes on in this world with child pedophilia. What are your takes? I mean, what are y'all? The mic is
Alright, to
yours
be
first.
honest, even if he did it, he's dead. Like honestly, what is that gonna prove? Like, what is that gonna even do? Like, is it gonna change? What's gonna happen if we find out that it was actually true? Like, he's dead.
Yeah.
Like, he's literally dead. Like, are you trying to like ruin his image? That's what who said it? Was it T.I.?
I think T.I. did speak out on it. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's just
T.I.
like,
Yeah,
definitely
T.I.
speak
was
out.
like they're just
Yeah.
trying to like, destroy his image. Like everything is
Yeah.
done in his grave though. Like he's dead.
I'm like
What?
confused. I'm really confused with the people because I definitely agree with you. Like, I don't want to take away from nobody's experience of what they had at Neverland, but to be honest, it's just like now it's like you can't arrest him. So
Yeah.
what is like, you want money? Like, you want the Jackson family to give something to you?
It's
I
a
don't
money
understand
situation,
why.
man. It's money involved in
Like
it.
why now?
Yeah.
You know
Like
what I'm
what? Like what made it so special now? Is it because of everything that's going on with R.Kelly and then everybody else? Like what? Why are we destroying our black men now?
I think. Listen, we've been destroying our black
Yeah,
men.
we've
men.
been.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we've
we've
been.
I-
But like now it's just like he's like now we're going after the dead black men. Like
Yeah.
now. Like,
Yeah, that's.
It's now
now it's dragging. It's
I think they
dragging.
saw what the R. Kelly, documentary did, the numbers that it did, and I'm pretty sure it's a marketing tool. At the same time, I do think
100%.
there's a bigger plot than that. I do think they want to destroy the man image. You got to realize, you cannot tell me the brother Michael Jackson, who has been, on surveillance by the FBI for 10 years. All right, the FBI, ladies and gentlemen, not the RPI, not the BHI, the FBI has been following this guy for the last 10 years before he died, obviously. And, to get some type of dirt on him, and he still went to court and got off. There's people that claim that, he touched them or whatever inappropriately, that came out and said they were lied, they were getting paid to say that. There's a father that committed suicide because of his guilt of lying, saying that, Michael Jackson touched my son and he was doing it for money.
I didn't even
So-
know that. That's
Oh,
crazy. That's
yeah.
crazy.
So
Like,
that's a whole other situation. And it's crazy because, like, I spent the whole Saturday, literally, because, everybody was going out having fun, drinking,
Mhm.
St. Patrick's Day, whatever.
yeah, St. Patty's.
I was over there watching Michael Jackson videos because I know I was gonna talk about this on the show.
Mhm.
But I wanted to come clean. Like, if he did it, he did it. I don't care if he's the king of pop. If he was popping boys, then that's different. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I'm gonna talk about it. But then again, I don't want to accuse somebody, and I wasn't in Neverland. I was in New York land. All right, I was in the American land, but not Neverland.
Wait, they saying that it was boys that he was doing this
Yeah.
to?
Yeah.
Only boys?
Boys. So it is questionable things. I'm not gonna. It is questionable because Michael Jackson is a weird dude. I mean, having that amount of kids around you, holding the kid's hand, that is weird. You know what I'm saying? That is weird. It's something
Can
weird
we go
about that.
back? Like, can we just think about the parents? I am still
Yeah,
lost
like
in where the parents was
I
at.
blame the parents. I blame the parents 100%.
Like, every time these situations happen, I'm just questioning where the parents were. Because when I was growing up, my mom wanted to know where I was going, who I was going with, what time you're going. And she's still like that to this day. But even when I was younger, she needs to know the person. Like, the person that I'm going with, she needs to know that. I'm confused where many of these people, like,
I feel like there's no way they
skills,
didn't know that their kids were with a celebrity. Like, there's no way you don't know that your child is doing this with a star. Like, there's no way you're that oblivious and dumb to even question where your kids' whereabouts. Like, you would want to know where your kids are.
And this is
like
the problem.
And my mom, she
And I
never
honestly
allowed
think
me to
it's
do
a money
sleepover.
thing. It's definitely money.
It is, of
like,
course.
I feel like they thought that they were about to catch a come up, or like, no, you look dumb.
Didn't he give them, like, some type of expensive gift? Like, diamonds and stuff?
I didn't even know
That's
that.
it.
I heard something like, I think I heard something like that where he was, like, giving them, like, expensive gifts. And I'm like, but you took it.
But
So-
you took, yeah, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's, people are just out here selfish. Like, they just do what they gotta do, not even knowing, like, the consequences after. Like, not even, they just thinking about themselves. They not even thinking about how it will impact, like, everyone else. And now they just look dumb.
Yeah, and I feel like it's, like, low-key kind of taken away from, like, the Me Too movement.
Yeah.
And it's like people built, like, you know, the founder of the Me Too movement, she built this on a foundation of trust, where she feel like many people could tell their story and not feel,
Like, bring,
you know,
like, awareness.
judged. Yeah, and bring awareness to the situations. And now I feel like some of these people are just taking, like, pure advantage of it.
Yeah.
Which is wrong, because now it's going to get to a fact where it's like,
No one's gonna believe anyone.
exactly. It's like, do I believe you or do I not believe you? In this case, I do not know the whole story, so I don't want to take away from any of these grown men, you know, experiences that they had with him. But my whole thing is, like, why do you wait till he's dead?
Yeah.
That's my whole thing. Like, he's dead. Like, he can't even speak for himself or defend himself.
And then that's a whole nother problem. Like, now we just look like animals.
Yeah.
Because we are saying this dead person did this, and now we gotta investigate it. You know, he not here to defend himself. He not here to say I ain't do it. We don't care.
My mom, up to this day, never allowed me to go do a sleepover. Like, up to this day. All right, till this day. I mean, I still haven't got a sleepover. I mean, I remember one time, like, a boy tried to sleep over at my house, my best friend at the time in middle school, and my mom knew the person. But, you know, you could come through the day, but you can't stay at night. You got to get your behind up out of here. You know, so at the end of the day, I mean, my mom won't allow me to go or allow anybody to come over and sleep at night. So I don't know how the hell these parents is out here letting them kids in Neverland in a whole other world. All right, I mean, come on. Like, it's a fact. I mean, all right, I'll see you in 2 years when you come back, Johnny.
Yo, that's wild. Like,
I mean, come
don't
on.
understand. Like, they really tried to catch it come up. It was failed.
I don't know. Like, honestly, because every time situations like this happen, or any type of situations happen, I be wanting to watch it to see what they have.
Yeah,
to
to
say.
say what they have to say. Let's see the other side and see if it's.
I just want to
BS
see
or
what
not.
they have to say. I don't know how many parts is it, but I am, like, intrigued with seeing what they have to say for themselves, or what happened, or anything of that nature. Like, I still want to look into it. I've just been lazy to watch it. But it's like with the R.kelly story. I know that it took me a while to watch it, but I eventually sat down and watched all 6 parts. But it's just like with this, I'm taking my time, because it's just like
Another one.
Like
what's
DJ
up?
Khaled, another
I was
one.
about to say that.
You know what I mean? Great minds think alike, you feel me?
Yeah.
But like, it's just unbelievable. I mean, it is questionable thing. That's why I say I'm literally dissecting this as best as I can. I ain't no private investigator. You know what I'm saying? I still got haters, but I ain't no private investigator. You know what I'm saying? Because it is questionable things. Like, I mean, holding a boy's hand, having boys sleep on your bed. I mean, 37 years old, having boys sleep in your bed, that is questionable. But Michael Jackson was proven to be a loving guy. I mean, that brother was a very loving dude. You know what I'm saying? Even in his music.
In his voice.
His music. You know, I guess you could say that from a girl's perspective. I can't agree with that because I'm a boy. I don't go that route. But, you know, he does have an amazing voice. I'll give you that, obviously.
A lot of his friends was like, he was just a very caring and loving person.
Yeah.
I love when
He
Chris
holds up
Tucker
his
talks
time.
about them too.
I know.
Because like he knows how to impersonate him, so it's just like, oh, like Michael Jackson would say something like that.
Yeah, he was a really great person. And he'll do anything. Like, he'll give you the clothes right off his back, if, like, when he could, because that's just the giving person he was. So it's just like, it's kind of hard. Like, I feel like it was easier to watch, like, the R.kelly story, because it's like, all right, now all we gotta do is wait for R.kelly. But
I
now
mean, we
it's just
knew
like,
R.kelly did that, so it was
Yeah.
easy watching it because we already. I mean, that was scientifically proved. I mean, before cancer was found, and cancer still hasn't been
don't
found.
drag it, don't drag it,
I
don't
mean,
drag it,
like
don't drag it,
that's a
don't drag it.
fact. I mean, that's a fact. I mean,
Y'all heard he came out of, he just got released out of jail because of to talk about that? Or?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about
Oh,
that. But it's crazy. That my thing is, it's just like, all right. So, all right, the kids is being held hostage in Neverland, right? And you're parents, right? If you suspect something suspicious, go and get your kid. Michael Jackson don't seem like the type of guy built where you come and jump him and he gonna do something. All he gonna do is the, you know, the
Nah, do not do that. R.I.P.
I mean,
R.I.P. R.I.P.
you know what I'm saying? Like, he don't seem like he's built to, like, you know. He don't see. He seems like a cool, chill dude.
But you know what's crazy?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
we dead never know though.
Exactly.
So that's sad.
And I feel like that's what's making it hard.
Yeah, because he's
to
like
watch
gone.
the documentary.
I think
because,
I don't know how much truth it is to this, but I just feel like it's not done because they want justice. All right, let's face it. It's all about money. It's about the profit. It's about, you know, destroying at the same time another black person image, just like how they do a lot of black people. And you know, the brother may be dead, but guess what? You was born in America and you still gonna get it too, whether or not you're dead or alive. That's basically what they say.
That is crazy, yeah.
And you got people alive roaming around here. First of all, if you trying to convict all these people, put the whole Catholic priests and all that foolishness going on in the Vatican, put them people on trial. All right, let them. You know how we go up to them with our confessions? Let them come up with their confessions. All right?
Yeah.
That Usher song. These are my confessions. Let them go and
Part
confess
1 and part
all the little
2.
boys that these cats is touching under the table, whatever the hell they doing. Come on. That's just how it's supposed to be. I mean, let's be honest. It's a double standard out here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It
You got
is,
Harvey Weinstein. Why Oprah couldn't interview him? Let's get into Oprah now.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
I'm about to come at Oprah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She's over here. She interviewed Michael Jackson. I think that interview with her and Michael Jackson was the first interview Michael Jackson did it within like I think he had a 10-year gap where he stopped doing interviews.
No, yeah,
and she got the
Oprah
interview.
was the yeah.
So you and her in his house.
Mm-hmm.
So you in his house on his property in his nice mansion interviewing this brother. He took his 10-year layoff to interview with you, and then you go ahead and vice versa the situation when you got Harvey Weinstein around. I'm still waiting for that documentary to come out.
Hello.
Wait, what? Huh? Harvey, what do you do?
He over there doing the same thing, but you know he's sexually abusing boys. But you know, because of the double standard, that's why he
I
you know.
I didn't know.
I mean, come on, like I'm still waiting for that. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know, Oprah is a coon, man. She a coon for that. I never supported Oprah. First of all, everybody was like,
Yeah,
oh,
everyone's
Oprah,
saying-
Oprah.
yeah,
I never
what's up?
supported her. I
What's
always
up
looked
with
at
that?
her with a third eye. I always thought she
Really?
was fake. I thought she was fake and phony. She don't like being black. She said she wanted to be white when she was little. I'm about to air Oprah. You about to be on a hot seat on the Real Leel show. She didn't even want to be. She didn't want to be black at one point. All right, come on. And that's who y'all look up to. All right, because she have her own network. Please, how many people is she over there? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They get her own network. Come on, man. Come on. That's what I got to say.
Breathe, bro. Breathe. Drink. Take a sip of water, bro.
Nah, cause like people idolizing this girl. You know, we lucky on FCC airways. So I'll say something else. But you know, people idolizing this female.
You know what's crazy? Like I don't even like when I hear Oprah, I just be like, okay. Like I've never had that connection that who had it? Tiffany Haddish. She was dying and fiending to see Oprah, and I'm just like,
Come on.
what? I didn't know what the hype was about. I know she had her little show and all that, but I never had that hype, and maybe that's why. Like I didn't even know
like,
she did all that.
Probably like based upon like her work ethics, and most people don't know like what the backstory is behind Oprah, because I didn't know that. Like I didn't like look into the full story of Oprah. Like I didn't do a whole like biography check or whatever the case may be. But like some people just probably admire her work ethics, and I can say that I admire her work ethics. I am gonna say that. But like I don't know her as a person to be like, oh, I want to be just like Oprah. You know?
Or like she's my inspiration.
Right, come
or,
on,
like,
man.
that's
It's
my
the difference
idol, or that's
between having somebody that's your inspiration and having somebody that's your idol. Those are two different things. Idol is something you worship. What's an idol? You worship it. All right, these people are too busy worshiping people. It's okay to be like, oh, he's my inspiration. I want to imitate something, you know, close to him, but be myself. These people are actually idolizing these people. All right, listen, now people are starting to jump off the ship, the Oprah ship. I'm like, okay, hello, we about to be in 2020. All right, you should have been jumped off the daggone ship. You went into the ship about to sink like the Titanic for you to jump off of it. I mean, come on.
Nah, yo, breathe, bro, breathe.
Like, it's crazy. I hate that, because I'm like, yo, why are you contributing to this, and you have these other people, other colored people out here doing the same thing, and you're not, your hand is not in it. Oh, this moment transcends Michael Jackson. Yo, I mean, come on, man. Like, it's just annoying. It's annoying. That our own people is willing to daggone slave us again. Like, come on.
Oh, yesterday I was watching a movie. the Amistad or something like that.
Nah,
Is
I
it
never
called
heard of
Amistad? It was something like after the movie, I was walking around angry, like, yo, nah, y'all gotta like look it up.
I'm gonna definitely check that out.
Yo, powerful. 1, 2, 3 movies.
Want to do it? Got you.
Yeah, I was watching it last night, and I was watching it from like almost like the middle part into, but I picked up everything. And basically, like, that movie was so powerful. Oh my goodness, like I had chills. Like they literally showed like what happened to our ancestors, like the whole being on the slave ships and like how the food and like how, yo, I was walking around angry.
Yeah.
No, I didn't want to be angry today because of the movie, but like I still be walking around like over my shoulder, like nah, like there's no way that can happen and we can be normal after that.
Yeah.
Like.
There's a lot of things going on, man.
It was so like I need everyone needs to watch. I don't know. I think it's called Amistad. I'm gonna look it up and like send it to y'all because that movie was just
definitely send that to me.
Like yo.
Nah, I feel like so all right. Now that we coming at dead guys, right? I won't be surprised if Moses, Noah, Judas, whatever these cats is, even Jesus. I'm a Christian. I love you, God. I love God. You know what I mean? But that is true. They might, if they ever found out Jesus was black, which I'm pretty sure he is, right?
He is black.
All right, because they want to paint. Everything is black until it comes to Jesus, right? Nothing. He's not black. All right. Well, I bet you, we found out Jesus is black. He gonna get a documentary too.
He is.
He gonna be like, oh, he
like Passion of Christ, but like the black version.
Exactly. I mean, escaping the passion of the Christ. I mean, come on, that's what it's gonna be called. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. But let's go into R.kelly because he had his little situation. And this one be more definitive. We know what he did. We know that this guy's a sick, dirty bastard. All right, we all know that. All right, this brother is sick. You even watch his interviews. You watch his interviews. His head is something not rolling right.
Denying everything. Like
I mean, when I lie, I look like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, when I lie,
come on.
I'm like, yo, I look just like that. I'm like, nah, I gotta chill. I can't be looking like that because you look like you're lying. Like,
exactly.
Usually, and then like the whole, would I do something like that? I'm like, yo, bro, only liars say something like that. Only liars say something like that.
You gotta use your common sense.
Come on, man. Anybody with common sense know that brother's lying. You know what I'm saying? He's over here.
But then, like, I feel like he's gonna go crazy though. He's going crazy off rip.
Yeah.
Like, I feel bad. I kind of feel bad about him going crazy. Cause just like our community, like our own people was like low key like tearing him down. We should be lifting him up. Like we should. I don't know how because he did all of those.
Yeah.
Whatever he did. But,
I mean, but like in the sense he kind of has a point where it's just like, yo, that's my old case.
Yeah.
Because like I don't think he's still doing it now.
Yeah.
In a sense, I don't know because he still has Azriel and Jocelyn.
Oh.
But I don't with them. I don't know. Like I don't know with them. I don't know. Because at this
They're
point,
too hard-headed kids, man.
This man go to jail, where they gonna go? Because Azriel just definitely came out her parents, and I'll be questionable for you to let you back in my house after she trash talked her parents. She was like, they're doing this for money. You didn't see that interview?
Yeah, I saw that.
Azriel and Jocelyn had their own interview with Gail.
Gail, yeah, I seen that, but I didn't watch it.
But the whole thing, she was basically like saying that her parents was doing this whole thing for money. He's not. She was trash talking to her parents, and I was like, "Girl, you better relax. That's like your."
Did you agree with her?
Jocelyn and Ariel, they need a big beating when they get home. They need a behind the weapon for the ages.
Jocelyn like 25. Azriel like my age. What beating them parents gonna do? All they're gonna do is probably like disown them low key because the way she came at her parents, I was looking at her like relax.
Their parents are soft. I'm telling you, from what I'm seeing in the interviews, a father
that's
trying.
What it sound like. They
soft. They soft, man. My mom would have grabbed me. My mom probably would have. What? My dad would have daggone left hook me with a bot like Mayweather. I mean, come on, man. Like,
time out. These are two girls. He's going out with them at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's America. We don't know that is.
With the same
girl.
Hey.
You should play that. No.
That's what he's doing. He's fighting for his life. Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, all of me. How school going?
I mean, yo.
I mean,
that's how school going for me right now. I'm fighting for my life. You about to be good. You got 72 days.
Don't do that. No, I'm not.
I got a semester. But yeah, that's just how it is. I mean, come on, man. These parents got to be more tough on their kids. And that's where it comes. How do you discipline your kids? Because We underestimate the power of the belt, ladies and gentlemen. You know, some people say, "Oh, it's too rough. You know, you're gonna hurt the boy. You know, you beating your kid, call child services." We listen. That belt. If it wasn't for that belt, I probably wouldn't be here right now.
You know, I'm gonna say this. We as people can't tell other people how to raise their kids.
Yeah, we can't.
Which is very true. But I can say, like, all my mom had to do was yell at me and I start crying. Like, I was already scared of my mom. Yes, my mom did it. I'm very sensitive. And, like, my mom used the belt on me. She used her hand. Like, it's just like the whole idea where it's just like, she felt like she used techniques that was good for her kids. Because, like, after a certain while, my mom stopped beating me. All she had to do was yell at me and it was just like, all right, I'm going to leave you alone. Like,
all she had to do was give you that look.
Oh yeah,
get that look.
You get the speech before you go into the store.
Exactly.
Like you sit in the car for a good 5 minutes, and she got a good little speech for you. And she be like, touch anything. She's like, you break it, you would. And I'm looking at my wallet, and I was a cheap kid. I was like, I don't really want to buy this, so let me not touch it.
But you know how many times I could have got into mischievous trouble. Being a black man, you know, obviously there's a lot of resources in there for you to mess up. And, you know, there's a lot of times that I thought about messing up. Yeah. But then I thought about the power of the belt. And then I said to myself, it ain't happening. I'm not going to get beat tonight. I'm going to be a loyal American citizen raised in a Christian home. And that's it.
Where would your mom beat you? Like, all around with the belt? Or, like...
I mean,
my mom would only... I would have to, like kneel down and, like, the hand... That's all.
I mean, that hurt too. I mean,
my mom would like lock me in a room in the dark because I hated the dark. So she was like, "This is your punishment," and I'd just be in the room crying, like making mad noise. I'm just like, I don't want the monster to like take me. So I'm just gonna make mad noise.
Honestly,
I mean, that's where R.kelly about to be in a cell room locked up, man. He gonna be fighting for his life.
I feel bad.
At this point, I do too. I'm like,
I feel bad
because it's like
I don't feel bad for that cat. I don't
I'm
feel
like,
bad for
it's
that
not
cat.
on some like, oh my god.
Nah, I don't feel
no,
bad
it's
for
on
that
some
cat.
damn.
He
like,
deserves everything he gonna get, and then he's gonna be the victim of a sex slave when he's in jail, cause they gonna come after. Oh, you like man, huh? Okay, 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 Mr. Kelly.
Like, I mean, like I agree with Jen on the feel bad. It's not like, oh, I feel bad. Free him. Free R.
No,
Kelly.
not free him.
I feel
no,
bad
it's more
for...
so like it caught up with you,
like,
my guy.
Like being like a human, I'm like feeling all of that. Like, you know, he's getting so much backlash, and it's just like, wow.
I mean, like he gave us 30 years of his life, and somebody was like, "In the jail gonna give you those 30 years
right back." Yup.
I was like, that is so true. But I'm like, at this point, it's like, what is there to do? Like, it's like, honestly, just take it up.
Yeah, he's gonna like. The thing is, that's what I'm saying. Like, he was going so hard. It's just like, yo, bro, we get it. You angry, but you got caught. You got caught. You know what you did was wrong, and now you're just trying to make it seem like it wasn't as bad. But it's bad, buddy. We have witnesses. Like, the cat is out the back. Like, yo, it's over, bro.
And now at this point, he only got 2 people defending him.
Yeah, only
2 against like 9 women that spoke out. Like, you have 2. It's like 3 against 9. Like right now, they all winning, and you're at this point losing.
He just I was watching like part of the interview and just looking at him. I'm like, yo, bro, it's okay. Don't stop. Just stop lying. You just keep looking dumb.
Yeah.
Like,
because I feel like the more that he lied, the more that they're gonna look into the case.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Like at this point,
going
like, just
so hard.
Own up to this, like, if you want to save yourself,
just
own up to some of it,
so that people could respect you. Like, nah, like, you know, after all of this, he owned up to it. Like, you know, he's not keep denying. Like,
that's one thing I realized about like the people in the black community. We be like, well, at least, you know, they be like, we just give him the least. We like, at least he actually told the truth, because most people wouldn't. But now it's to the point like, bruh, like, you making yourself look crazy. And you got these 2 girls looking crazy, because at this point they're brainwashed.
Oh yeah, it's 100%.
Like, Jocelyn looks like she just looks like she's there. Like every time you see her, she just looks like she's there. It don't look like she's like mentally there, emotionally there. I feel like every time you look at her, like her body is just there, and she just look like blank. Like every time you look at her, she looks blank. I
mean, maybe it's the music. I mean, the music brainwashed these victims before they even got there. That's how they got there. So at the end of the day, I mean,
there's one girl I cannot like. I'm not gonna say I can't stand her, but she was one girl I was going out her way. I forgot who she was, but she was the one that got Dominique into the house and left before Dominique. And she was the one that was at his courts. Like, he was going to court, homegirl outside, like, in his face. Like, get out this grown man face. Like, I know growing up, my mom was like, you better not be in no grown man face.
Yeah, no, that's
And she
that's
was in this
embarrassing.
grown man face. Like, go sit down and be a child. And she was like, I was out there being grown. I can admit that. Well, if you wouldn't have been grown and would have been in school, then this wouldn't have happened. Like, half of these kids was just basically being in a grown man face. What happened to the sense of staying in a child's place?
Hello, thank you.
Some of them was missing that whole
Thank you.
context. Like,
Hello.
where is this at? Like, I need parents to speak up more. I don't know if
Yeah.
parents say that now, but you need to stay out of a grown man face and stay in a child's place. Do not
Exactly.
get in no grown person conversation because that's none of your business.
That's what I was told when I was little.
Exactly.
I remember there was a couple times my parents having a conversation with adults,
You about
and
to
I
give
try
me
to
a
jump
little
in there,
2 cents?
and then my mom be like, "Stay in a child's place."
like-
Hey, boy, stay in a child's place. I mean,
And I would just go in my room and try to like decipher what they was trying to talk about.
exactly.
Like,
You
It
go
wasn't
back to your
till
cousins and
yeah,
be
like what
"Yo,
what this
like-"
mean?
Exactly.
What this mean?
It wasn't until I got to this age where I know I could
Yeah.
interfere in the conversation because
you
I'm
even-
grown.
and at this point, I still question if I should jump in this conversation.
Yeah.
Nah, I
Because
don't
it's
even
like,
do that no more. I be like, yo,
I be
you
like-
know the vibes. I know what y'all talking about.
Facts.
Don't even do that. I know what y'all
Facts.
talking about.
but that's the whole thing. Like, not saying like it's just like the whole concept of being in a grown man's
Mhm.
space. Like,
He was
it was
so
like you was
young.
doing so much at such a young age,
Mhm.
just trying to get this grown man attention when that wasn't the right attention for you. Because now it's to the point that he took them when they was young. When you're young, you get manipulated very easily, and now it's to the point where it's like they fell in, and it's hard for them to get out. Like Azriel, her parents let that happen. He seen, like the father, the mother seen R. Kelly bring Azriel up on the stage. That whole situation where it's just like, oh yeah, like we still can't find her. Like, granted, yes, he had your child locked up, like captive in the house. Like, I understand that, but like it's to the point where it's just like you kind of let this little girl be in this grown man face, and then it all like backfired on you as a parent. So yeah,
And that's just what it is. So we'll see what happens with R. Kelly going forward.
he going to jail.
Yeah, more than likely.
At this point, he's going to jail. Ain't no.
And how in the world does this guy, with all this hits and classics, can't even pay for his own bail? He
I
has
was
to have
gonna
people
say
to bail
child
him out.
support. What happened was there was something about this child support thing.
No, he went to jail. He paid $126 or $20,000 in child support, and they let him go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's not bail. That's not bail.
And
That's
it
child
also
support.
goes back to ties into Michael Jackson, you know, in many different ways. But this is another way it ties into Michael Jackson. See, Michael Jackson, we gotta remember, when the brother died, he owned his masters, he owned Sunni, he owned the Beatles, he owned a lot. And before he died, he basically been saying they was gonna kill him for his catalog. We already know that.
Yep.
So
R.I.P.
how does somebody like R. Kelly, with all these classics, don't own half of his catalog, like don't own nothing, and can't even put up for his own bail, like?
Because half of these people wasn't like, half of these artists just sign a deal, get it, and then like they have like, they be wealthy or rich, but they be having like temp money. Like
Basically.
for real. Like they money be kind of like be temporary.
It's like borrow money, like.
Like now a lot of artists is getting into owning a masters such as 21 Savage and Chris Brown. Like
Offset, I believe, one of those cats from the Migos, I believe they do. I'm not sure. I think it's Offset.
Okay. I didn't hear about one for the Migos, but I know the main two was Chris Brown and 21 Savage. Ooh, and after they owned their masters, everything like bad stuff went.
Chris Brown was accused of rape in
Yeah.
Paris. Right
Paris,
after that,
yeah.
literally like a day after, literally a day after I heard it, it was a rape allegations. Okay, whoop-de-doo. I knew something was up with
And
that.
then
And 21 Savage
that
being picked
whole
up.
thing. So it's just like maybe, and then like now with like with Michael Jackson, it's basically like he owns all his masters, he has all this money, and he knew they was gonna kill him, and then next thing you know, like he overdosed on drugs. Like no, the doctor
Nah, his
gave him
doctor
the
killed
wrong.
him.
Exactly. It's like that was like probably like a whole plan right there.
It was.
So I don't know.
It was.
Of course, I mean, we ain't stupid. I mean, it's not like this is the show to enlighten people. I mean, if we all use our brain, I mean, come on. I mean, facts is facts. I mean, you should know what's false from not false. If somebody jump off a bridge and he does it and say, oh, I didn't jump off the bridge, boy, you know what you just saw. You saw the guy jump off the bridge. Because he said he didn't jump off the bridge, he didn't jump off the bridge. That's how America is right now, in my opinion.
Oblivious.
I mean, come on. So that is what it is. But, you know, this is a topic, you know, moving on here, that I got into it with Fredo. I asked him about it. You know, he's an aspiring rapper, and this is something Meek Mill said on HBO The Shop. You know, that you don't owe family anything when you make it. Like you don't owe them a dime when you make it. What are your thoughts on that? Let's say if you was to become famous, a famous whatever you want to do in life, you became famous at it, and you too. Is that true? Like you don't owe family anything, or should you wanna look out for your
I'm
family?
looking out for my family over it.
Yeah.
Over it. I'm doing it for them. It depends on like, honestly, it depends on like what kind of family. Like, is it like in general family or like like over it? My mom, dad, brother, sister, they getting it. Like, I did this for y'all.
Yeah.
All right. The aunts and uncles that I barely talk to, I didn't check up on me in 20 years. I'm good off you, y'all. Y'all good. My grandfather, you know, grandmother, she died already. And then like the cousins. If you were there for me through my time of like struggle and like need, you getting it. If you weren't, I don't owe you nothing.
Yeah.
Hi, I come to your party if you invite me, but I don't really owe you anything if I ain't speak to you in how long. But offer it, my mom, my dad, like whoever was there for me in the beginning, they're getting it. That's it.
Yeah, I feel like I agree with you too. I mean, like in a sense, I do see where he's coming from. Like, yes, you do not owe your family.
Yeah.
First of all, on this earth, you don't owe nobody anything. I feel like the first people that you owe, yes, is your parents. They gave you life. It depends on your relationship with your parents. Most people come from broken homes where they only was raised by their mother, or they came from another home where it's just like they raised by their grandmother and not their mom and dad, or just their dad. So it's just like Jen said, like depending on the relationship that you have with these people, like yes, if you want to give them something, you can. Like I would give back to my family, definitely. Of course, like the long cousins down the line. That's in, you know, I'm from my family's from North Carolina. Like the ones I don't see at the family, I only see at the family reunions and barely know their names. Like no, I'm not giving you anything because it's just like
so
we don't even talk.
Yeah, we don't even talk.
I don't even know your name. But you gonna walk up to me like, you remember when I was like, you like this little?
No, I don't. Who are you?
Exactly. This little,
actually.
like no. So it's just like those type of like family members. Like no, I love you because you're my family. Got you. But don't be looking for a handout because where was that same handout for my number back in the day? Like you didn't ask for my number before. Don't ask for it now. I'm
hot now. You want to know me? Nah, I don't know you.
It's back to the whole. You wasn't with me when I was shooting.
People, exactly. You know, bullying. you know, like people be coming out the woodwork. That's what it is. People be coming out the woodwork.
It'd be like that.
You know, exactly.
The curtains and whatnot.
Just popping through the curtains like. Somebody said $1 billion. What's good, cousin?
Yo, cousin.
Yeah, yo, cousin. What's good?
Nah.
Don't cousin me.
My security gonna be like, nah, we don't know you.
Exactly.
You better do that.
That's just how it is. I mean, maybe he was trying to say it from that perspective. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I didn't get that vibe though, but maybe he was. I just think, listen, if you're my family and you were there for me, you know, obviously when you working your way up, it's for you. You're doing things for you.
Yeah.
Make sure you're good. But once you get there and you're good, that's when you start branching out and helping your family members first, obviously, because they right up under you, the ones that were there for you.
I want to say this though. I mean, you have to honestly know your family. Because, like, in some cases, some people went broke because they gave so much to their family. And family members have to be mindful of that situation, too. It's like, I could only give you but so much, but don't keep asking for a handout because not all the time I'm going to want to give it to you, and not all the time I can give it to you. And a lot of family members need to recognize that. Like, let's take Mario, for example. He was trying to help his mom, you know, get off of drugs, but then he wound up slipping in when he was supporting her, you know, drug addiction, and then he became broke. And I don't know what happened to his mom after that, but like basically it's like he kind of went broke for supporting his mom's habits. But it's just like she seen that he was giving it to her the first time, so she kept expecting it. So it's just like family members have to be mindful. It's like, yes, I made it, yes, I'm able to afford it, but I'm not going to always be able to give it to you because I'm not only supporting you, but I'm supporting this, that, and the other person.
And I got to support me.
Exactly.
Like,
and when you have kids, that's it. I have my own family of my own. I gotta make sure my kid has a roof over their head, clothes on their back, and food in their stomach. Like, it's now a whole different ballgame when you have your own type of family. So now, extended family, because now, like, the kids, the husband, wife, whoever, that's now your immediate family, and everybody else is extended family. So they have to be very mindful of who you need to provide for.
So I heard that. And there's a football player named Trent Richardson who had basically half his family in his house with him. when he made it to the NFL. And they kept taking to the point where the brother was going broke, and then he got laid off from the NFL and stuff like that. He recently got an opportunity in the new football league that just got created, after the football season's over. And I just watched that documentary. They just show like people will take from you. It's like the giving tree. You're giving all these leaves until you have no more left.
Yeah, that's exactly what
On
it
to the
is.
next tree.
Yeah. And that's
It's
the
a
sad
cycle.
part.
Yeah.
But when you have you see, that's what I'm saying. When you have parents, because parents are supposed to be like the giving tree. Obviously, you have the parents with broken homes. I mean, the kids with broken homes that don't have that asset. But when you do, for example, my family, the giving tree, my parents, always invest in you. You gotta be damn sure if I make it, they gonna have a whole house to themselves.
Yeah, I told my mom, I said, yo, I'm about to just get you a house. She said, I don't want a house.
Yeah.
I don't
I'm
care.
gonna get you a condo.
And I don't even care. My mama say I'm good. No, you get a new house.
What, Mom?
You get a new house.
Like, you help me get to where I need to be so
Yeah.
that I can do this for you, Mom.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially like having like an immigrant mom, like coming like her from another country, like Mom, like you wanted me to have a better life. Like the least I could do is give you something that you've always wanted. I know you ain't want to just live in Brooklyn.
Exactly. We ain't doing that. We getting out the hood.
Apartment now. We getting out the
We
hood.
getting out the hood.
Like
We getting out the hood.
I need some fresher air. I'm not gonna say because the Bronx has to. But Brooklyn, we got fresh. I want to give you like see the trees.
Shots at the
Somebody
Bronx.
came to Brooklyn. They were like, "Yo, like, you guys don't have like trees and stuff. You guys have buildings," and I'm like, yo, we got a tree right there. What are you talking about? Like, come on. But it's just like, yo, like, I want you to, like, experience way more than just buildings and, like, gunshots.
And people cursing at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Drunk.
Yeah, that's what it is.
We need
That's
something. We need to get out.
Yeah, that's
and
what it is.
I totally agree with you on that. I'm gonna get like a little personal, so sorry, Dad, for telling our business, but basically, like, my father had to like, give away his car for me to be here, and I always told him that like when I make it, I'm gonna get you a car, and he was like, "Nah, don't give me a car because all that you've done or that you're going to do is gonna make me proud." And I was like, "I don't care what you say now,
yeah,
but
like I'm getting
you and Mom gonna get this matching car." He was like, all I want is to live with you. And I was like, say less. Like, you can live with me, I'll give you a house. And he was like, I could be on one side of the house, you and the other family could be on the other side of the house. I was like, you know what? I don't even care because, like, to this day, I'm still like, my father and my mom is gonna live with me. Like, that's point blank period. Like, whoever I'm living with or whoever I'm with, I'm just gonna be like, my parents off rip is being with me. If you want your parents here too, I don't care. Because my parents is coming to live with me. That's just it. Because I made that promise to them because they made sacrifices for me. So the very least I could do is, have an open door from my parents, which is like always, because my parents is just like, if you don't have to be out the house quick, don't rush up out of here. So my parents always make sure that my sisters and I have a place to stay. And it's just like, I'm gonna make sure my parents always have a place to stay. I'm gonna always make sure my parents have a car to drive, because at some point they had to like give that up for me to be here. And I appreciate
mad sacrifices.
Exactly. And as a parent, you gotta make that sacrifice. And as a daughter, I'm just like, I'm gonna make that sacrifice back. And I'm just be like, you know what, this is my oath to you. And even though like this is not the only way I show how I love them, but it's just like at the end of the day, like, if I could give you what you gave up, I'm gonna do that. And he's just like, no, don't give me a car. Like, it's just materialistic things. And he's like, you tell me and you show me all the love you do. You work hard in school. Like, that's all I know is that I did it for a good reason. I'm like, Dad, like, in my head, that's not good enough. Okay? Like, that's not good enough. Like, I want to get you that Mercedes Benz. Both of you and Mom can have matching cars. But, hopefully I'm able to be in a position where I'm, like, able to get back to my parents in that type of way. And like I said, I made that promise. Lord, please keep them alive to the day that they can live with me.
So like
I'm
that's
just
all
like,
I want. I just want them to be alive to see how much good that they've done. Like, Mom, I made it. Like, I did this for you. Like, I asked to be here, but now I'm here, so now I gotta do what I gotta do for me. Like, and like I be telling my mom, yo, I want to do this for you. She said, yo, Jenny, I just want respect. Like, just please respect me.
Yeah,
like,
just don't send me to the nursing home.
Yeah,
That's
she don't
it.
want me. My mom
That's it.
does not. Like, she was like, Jenny, I know you're gonna send me to the nursing home. I'm like, what? Do not do that. I would never.
Nursing home hospital?
No, I would never.
Where is even one located? Like,
there's some in Queens. There's some in Queens.
There's one in
I live
Canarsie.
right next to a nursing home.
There's one in
my building's
Canarsie,
right here,
too.
The nursing home is right
which
there.
one? I don't know.
There's one in Canarsie. That's right over there, like by Walkway Parkway, not too far.
Oh, I live right over there, so I don't even know. But my parents are thinking about moving down south. But I told them, like, if y'all want to live with me, I ain't moving out there.
My mom wants to live upstate. She wants to live in New York still. Like, I'm like, no, I don't want to like live in New York.
Just be like, Ma, like, you can live with me, but we just can't be up here. Like, you gotta give them that benefit of the doubt. Like, we can live anywhere, but not here.
Here, like, especially being in Cortland for 4 years, I'm great up upstate. Great.
Facts.
What is up here?
I mean,
You know, listen to New Yorkers, I'm not gonna do that to y'all. Y'all love it up here.
Yeah, y'all love it. And y'all love the Real Leel Show. So definitely call up 607-753-4819. Once again, 607-753-4819. And we're going to talk about this next topic, really, to close everything out. Unless y'all want to bring up some more topics, we can get into it.
What we about to close with?
So I want to talk about, you know, just rappers in general, and what do you think of, like, rappers waiting until they get into a situation before they help others? For example,
break an example. Now.
For example, Meek Mill, he was you already know about his situation where he was a victim to the broken prison system, and it wasn't until then where we really saw Meek Mill in full force actually having his hand in prison reform.
Yeah.
That's what I mean about when, you know, rappers getting into a situation for them to say, all right, now that I've been a part of it, I gotta do something about it. Is it still good that they even making the effort to do something about it? Then we could say that, like, at least they trying. Or is it, you know, should it take that for a rapper to be like, all right, I got all this money, I can make a difference? You know, obviously, I know 21 Savage has been doing things before he got picked up by ICE and that situation happened, but obviously he's doing even more now. So it's like, you know, rappers, they sometimes get in situations and then that's when they decide, all right, I'm woke now.
I was gonna say it was probably like an eye opener, like, oh, like this is real, and I need to tell everybody about it.
It's real when it happened to you. That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
So we all know this exists. I mean, we all know that certain things like prison is messed up. We all know that before, you know, as we get older. It's just when it hits you, it's a different story.
Yeah, once you experience it, you're never gonna not want to talk about it. Like, like this is something that you see on TV. Yo, this happened to me. Yo, this is real, y'all. And I'm gonna let y'all know because, like you said, Meek Mill, right? He's a rapper. I feel like people are gonna listen to him, especially his fans.
Yeah.
Like, his fans are gonna like see, oh nah, like he actually went through it. Like he can relate. So maybe if, you know, the fact that he's been through it, maybe I can pick up on the things he's, like, you know, saying, because it's not like he's lying. Like, we all know he went to jail. So it's just like the fact that he actually went through it just makes it more, I don't want to say believable, but like it makes you want to believe it more, you know? So it's just like, because like even with me, like I only talk about stuff that I go through. Like I don't lie about stuff. I mean, I don't lie when I have to lie, but like I only talk about stuff that I go through because I went through it. So like I know how it feels, and I want to share that with people. So like people understand that, like, yo, if it can happen to me, it can definitely happen to you, and it can happen to you, and it can happen to you. It can happen to everyone. So it's just like the fact that you actually went through it. I honestly think, I don't want to say it's like a great idea, but like the fact that he did, it just makes it more like, you know, I feel you.
And I think it's more so because, like, if you really think about it, like, some people be like, well, how would you know? You didn't go through it. Like, that's the first question somebody asks as soon as the situation happened. So I can see it's hard to talk about something or, like, you know, push something if you've never been in it, because the first thing somebody's gonna say, well, have you been in it? How can you relate? You can't be talking to me about something that you haven't been in. That has happened a lot, and a lot of us do it. I know I sometimes do it. Like, how do you know? Do you have the facts? Did you do it? Like, before you start coming at me. So it's like, I do feel like my whole thing is better late than never. Like, now I feel like in this day and age, a lot of stuff is going on, and I feel like it is like one of the perfect times to basically do something like this. Like, like in history, when he was telling Dr. Martin Luther King, like, doing certain marches, it wasn't the time. Like, it's always the time, and I feel like now is definitely the perfect time with everything going on. Like, just open, like, everybody claim they're woke, but it's just like, are you really?
I feel like
everybody like sleepwalking.
I was just about to say that.
People sleep. But for real though, I there's a point that you brought up, and I would say this, right? When you brought up, you know, how do you know did you go through it? But these rappers, we all know they have a lot of influence. So they can come here without being in a situation and saying this happens, because we follow them for everything else, right? If they tell us to buy this outfit, we gonna buy this outfit. So how do you know this outfit is popping? Because you're a rapper, you said it. So with the influence that these rappers have, I just feel like more of them should just not only wait till they get into the situation. Yes, we thank you for, bringing situations to light after you've been the recipient of that situation. But for those of y'all, the rest of y'all just gonna wait till something to happen to you to speak out against it. Like, I feel like you have a platform. You influencing a lot of people. You know that in this age of clout, social media, they follow you everywhere you go.
Yeah.
You start your live, you got 1 million viewers when you touch your live, so they watching you. So I just feel like they have the influence, and they could definitely talk about certain issues even if they haven't been through it.
You think something is like holding them back from doing it?
I mean, possibly. It could be fair, it could be. I mean, at the end of the day, sometimes when you're making money, it's hard to forget about what's going on around you, because you're set, and everybody, I feel like it goes to that selfish mentality that I got mine, you got to get yours. Our black people,
I worked for mine, so like now I'm good.
Our black people got that mentality. We as a culture had that mentality because we've been through so much to the point where all the barriers was placed in front of us not to get it. So once we got it, oh yeah, I got mine. I worked hard to get mine. I'm black. I had to work hard. So you got to get yours too, instead of helping. Because at the end of the day, that's how you break certain cycles, is by helping your brother out. But we too busy selfish, and that's why, it's another day in America.
Another day.
And that wraps up another episode of the Real Leel Show out here tonight. It was fun having y'all out. Definitely, we going on spring break.
Spring break.
Spring break.
Where y'all going?
Nowhere. Back home.
Nowhere. I'm going home.
You about to go somewhere?
Yeah, the choir's going to Jamaica. So
we're
leaving Thursday night.
Oh, Thursday
night. We going to the city, and then Friday morning is our flight.
What time?
Saturday. So like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right? And then my birthday is Thursday, so like not this Thursday, the next Thursday. So I'll be turning 21 in Jamaica.
Wow.
That sounds fun.
I had a bad experience in Jamaica last year.
Don't tell me that.
A bad experience. I didn't even get through the TSA line. We got to the TSA, and they all have attitudes, and they was, I guess we was trying to find the hotel we was going to, because we don't know like where our hotel is. We in Jamaica. I mean, come on. So, they was like, oh, you need to know where your hotel is. So we went back and forth. Next thing you know, we got in a big argument that everybody was watching, and then we end up going back home because they got
back
offended.
To America. They
got offended. We was back on the next plane back home. And then on top of that, when we got back home, it was a storm. So we was waiting for 4 hours on the runway trying to get a lot for the plane to park. So it was just a terrible, terrible day. I had a bad experience, and from then on, I was like, you know what? No Jamaica for me. I mean, I like Bob Marley. I still listen to Bob Marley. I still eat cornmeal and all that other stuff. But y'all can take back the country. I don't even care.
I mean, don't let this one experience.
I'm done with that. I ain't going back there. Like I said, I'll eat the food. I'll listen to Bob Marley. You know what I'm saying? I have a Bob Marley shirt at my house. I wore it one time on the show. But as far as me going back to Jamaica, you must be out of your mind.
You say that now to somebody offer you a check to go out there for a radio gig.
That's a different story.
Yeah.
That's a different story.
You might be like,
that's a different story. You know what I mean? That's a different story. You feel me? If they offer me a check to go there, you know what I mean? Jamaica, the real deal. I'm out here. We out here. That's it.
Yo,
it was not that.
Funny, bro.
If it's not that, then I won't be going back. But I hope you have fun. You know what I'm saying? I hope you be able to get through the TSA line. Like I was unfortunate to do.
God's grace.
You know what I'm saying?
We're going to sing for the Lord. So
that's what's
we
up.
have 3
that's
shows out there.
That's what's up. I like that. You feel me? I like that.
Just know he's gonna be watching over y'all, so I hope you have a safe flight.
Yeah.
And a safe time there.
Facts. And it's, hopefully all y'all enjoy our spring break, because it's a much needed break. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, this one, like, I feel like everyone's about to just go ham. Like, everyone's going to Miami. Like,
I don't know if I'm ready for those snaps. I'm low-key about to take like a snap break. I don't know if I'm ready to go. But I heard like they supposed to be racking up on like security, because last year was crazy.
Last year, I went to Miami last year.
I seen like 5 different people that didn't go to the same school at Miami, and I was like, yo. And I'm like, yo. And I'm like, yo, these snaps are crazy.
Yeah,
like,
I went to Miami last year, and it was a time. It was a yeah.
I could imagine.
Yeah, it was
a lot of people. They said that they racking up on more police because they said it was crazy.
It was crazy last year. But I mean, I wasn't really in the craziness, but I just felt like me just being there. I'm just like, yeah.
Like, you gotta kind of watch it back because you don't know what's gonna happen.
You don't. Everyone's just wild, being drunk every day from sun up
Sundown.
to sun down to sun up to sun down. Like, there's no sleep. You're not eating in Miami. I mean, you gotta eat at the restaurant, but you're not eating. You're just
Facts.
drinking. Like,
But once again, I hope everybody enjoy. You know, I hope y'all enjoy your spring break. We gonna be off for a week or whatever, so I'll be back in the next 2 weeks for the Real Lil Show. Don't forget to tune into my other show, sports show only, In the Huddle, 6 to 8 on WSUCFM.com. Once again, WSUCFM.com. We all know some of y'all Central New Yorkers, you know, that know me from Mike and Leel Keeping It Real, the sports show. Y'all probably like, oh, why Real Lil got to venture off into other stuff? Listen, it's my show. It's the Real Lil show.
It's the real.
But I made a you know, a deal with y'all. I made an entirely sports show with Kenny C in the Huddle, which y'all can tune into on Thursdays, WSUCFM.com, or you can talk sports. So at the end of the day, for y'all, those of y'all listening, thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. And we'll be back in a couple weeks from vacation. You know, March Madness is upon us. Baseball season, if you're a sports fan, is coming soon. The NFL draft is coming soon. We're going to be having the coverage live as it's going on from 8 to 12. That's going to be my longest radio gig ever, 4 hours. You know I could do it. You feel me?
You could do it. That's light.
That's lightweight. You feel me? I could do a whole day show.
2 hours and 40
2
minutes.
hours exactly.
Exactly. That's lightweight, ladies and gentlemen. I could go overtime, but guess what? I'm done. I'm done. All right? The quarter is over. The fourth quarter is over. But ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in a couple weeks. You tuned into the Real Lil Show, and we signing out. Let me see. Next question over here. What? You know, since we about to hit this freestyle in a couple minutes, what was the best freestyle you ever saw from a rapper?
Best freestyle I ever saw for a rapper?
So you was like, damn, how did he do that? Like, there's a lot of freestyles.
Okay, I seen something on YouTube. It was a Big L freestyle, and Big L ripped it.
Yes.
Big L.
Talking about the one with Jay-Z?
Yeah.
Yup.
Big L did his thing on that. Big L did his thing on that. But another freestyle I also really like was one that Kendrick Lamar did. Kendrick Lamar's To Me Is the Goal, and he did a freestyle over the Shook Ones by Mount Deep, and it was, when I heard it, it was like way beyond my time. So it was just like, wow.
Big L, definitely one of the most underrated rappers ever.
Right.
I'm a Big L guy. Big L is my guy. I listen to Big L all the time.
Big L was a problem.
I feel like if he didn't lose his life at such a young age and he was able to get that deal and actually be marketed, because everything is about market. You know, Biggie got marketed. Tupac got marketed really well. If Big L got marketed in that same way, Big L would definitely be in amongst your top 3 one more time. I really thought he was that good.
Big L was really nice.
Exactly.
I agree with you. Big L was really nice.
And before we hit this freestyle right now, how could people? Do you have any projects coming out?
Honestly, be on the lookout for it, man. I'm doing my thing because I also got to knock out this college thing. But you know, I'm gonna be bumping, man. Y'all going in.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, people tune on YouTube, all that. My man right here, freestyle, is about to bust it down on the mic. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Real Lil Freestyle. Let's get it.
Oh man. Sometimes when I listen to it, I just think about like when I was 16, man. It was so fire. When I was just writing to this, man, it was ripping it. Be that shit, man. Tracing my steps with a steady stride, walking by myself, thinking of shit that I probably should have left on the shelf. Something like where am I going and who I'm trying to be, and moving family from the struggles out in the luxury. So the vibes and emotions, believe they getting bigger. Rap is my gun, I've been contemplating to pull a trigger. Instead of dead, it encourages otherwise. You gonna realize what you can be if you only open your eyes. It's straight facts when you get the impact. Humble yourself, and when you hear that, you best replay that and teach yourself that everything it don't require reaction. And I bet mostly I ain't about that life, and I ain't either, huh? My shit is heat in the first degree. You ain't burning me. My motivation rises from conversations concerning me. I know you hate cause we're positive, coming negative. That's why I always stay in my inspirations and relatives. It's always real like that. They told me careful, too much caution bring you feel like that. Told me be careful when I'm grateful that they care like that. I love them all, I'm more than grateful that they care like that. I feel the vibe, I feel alive cause I was raised like that. And ain't no other place like home when you can't go back. I'm thankful for my brothers and sisters, my aunts and my uncles and all my cousins. I would die for both my parents, nigga. Ain't nothing with a beard that made me look like I'm 30. I get my point across the code with better handles than Curry. Be there staring at my goals until my vision get blurry. And I'm spitting all this shit until my speech becomes slurry. Cause you can't stop what hasn't even started. Sketch my ideas out there, paint a picture like I'm an artist. I'm going dumb, but y'all really stupid. We both retarded. The better kid when I spit the shit, man, I'm more than heartless. And it's because bar after bar, my energy, it increases that peanut butter chocolate flavor. And a rapper, I'm Reese's. My bittersweets are probably sweeter bitter. She said I'm hers, but I didn't shine like a bunch of glitter. But shit, forget it, I'm moving on with the best. And I'm turning into a beast. I ain't got no time for no little krillers. The name finale, I'm finally on the move. And I'm grooving up to the top with 2 hands and a bunch of gears. And I spin around like a clock. I'm driven by the vibe and emotion while you in shock. I got a fully loaded pen with a super extended stock. So tell me what's the vibe. Tell me the vibe and tell me what's the motion. I'm super fragilistic, espialidocious. I'm finale and believe I'm next. I'm born and raised in the Bronx, you better respect the BX. R.I.P. you know, rapper, I'm passionate, syllabolic, immaculate, superstitious, and way more than on top of my game. I've been influenced by the best of my bros I love and respect, cause they the reason why I go insane. My vibe is genuine, my motion is slick. You ain't mistaken my intuition, my flow is the shit. I load my pen up with knowledge just like it does in Eclipse. And I ain't running with chicks. Why would I rap about some shit I got that doesn't exist? I take a bunch of shots of greatness, hoping none of them miss. To see the shine up in the sky, so fuck that shit on your wrist. I'm more than regular, I hope you kinda catching my drip. Instead of suffering from losses, I just count on my wins. So tell me what's the vibe, tell me the vibe and tell me what's the motion. I spit that golden before a nigga was even chosen. Some people hated and never thought I would make it far. Some people cared and I never cared. I ain't going hard. I ain't going hard. Oh damn.
Alright,
You trying to beat me down cause at the top spot B.
Let's
You
get
trying
it.
my confidence.
Let's get it.
I
Let's
messed
get
it
it.
up. I messed it up.
That was dope. That was
Messed it up.
dope. We out here. The real Leel freestyle. My man Fredo. That was dope. That was dope. You was going hard on that. You was going hard on that. You almost broke the FCC airways.
Oh, what?
You was going hard on that. But definitely, that was a dope freestyle right there. So how can these people, follow you, get in contact with you, and listen to your music, all that?
Man. On Instagram, look, finale.15. You can find me on Instagram. Same thing for the Snapchat. Outfit Finale, Finale, Junior on SoundCloud. You feel me? I got 3 joints on there for y'all to preview. I got more coming soon, you feel me? Fredo in the building.
Alright. We'll be back from commercial. That was my guy Fredo once again. 607-753-4819 is the request line. Once again, 607-753-4819 is the request line. You're tuned into The Real Leel Show.